Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
Throwing strikes, being efficient with our pitches, making those routine plays, and having a great approach at the plate. So just keeping things simple and just building up that team chemistry as much as possible, I think, will help you win some games.
1-2. Swing and a miss as the Sodbusters strand the bases loaded to keep this a tie game.
This one is bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. One run scores. Here comes Printer around third.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
To the left side and through for a base hit. The go-ahead run scores as Jensen delivers once again.
This one, the lightest of light hits. He gets an RBI single.
I think it's just a great experience, getting kids from all over the country to come in and play together.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
Good evening and welcome to historic Duncan Field. Another picture-perfect day for baseball as the Hastings Sodbusters try to continue a hot streak. 6 wins in a row as they take on an old nemesis, the Fremont MOO. Hastings coming off a 2-game sweep of the Plainsmen after the thrilling contest 2 days ago, 4-3. It was a blowout yesterday as Hastings took a lead and never looked back, winning by a score of 15-3. Felt like they could have taken control a little earlier than they did as they were able to go up by a score of 2-0 after 4 innings of play. Got 3 runs in the 5th and would score every inning after, including 8 runs in the 7th, and did not allow a run to score until the Plainsmen got consolation runs in the 8th and 9th innings. So the Sodbusters now back to a team that has given them trouble over the years, but this year Hastings has done all right against the Fremont MOO. After they lost their season opener to the MOO by a score of 6-1, Hastings has put together some good performances, sweeping a 3-game series, winning a doubleheader 3-1 and 5-1, and then taking out the MOO 3-1 again on Monday. And for Fremont, it's a road-weary team that has to be a little bit dejected, or will that make them more motivated? Yesterday, they had Casper on the ropes late after getting a great starting pitching performance in the first 7. The bullpen could not hold it. Casper would put together a huge 8th inning and battle back to beat the MOO by a score of 8-3, 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th. The difference in that one, so that's the less memory that the MOO have before their long bus ride, which was actually delayed, and they did not arrive here at Duncan Field until after 5 o'clock. So mentally, how are they doing? Sodbusters can't worry about that. They have to go out and play their game as they'll turn to a brand new guy in the lineup, a returnee from last year, but Adam DeBoer will make his 2024 Sodbuster debut. I'm Steve Stein. We'll get the perspective of Ryan Valenta a little bit later on, but when we come back, it's a Sodbuster Spotlight as we hear from Braden Cork. I'm Steve Stein, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. It is a Sodbuster Spotlight as we feature Braden Cork. Been an outstanding pitcher, mostly out of the pen for this Hastings Sodbuster team this year. What were your expectations coming into the summer? Where did you see yourself fitting into this particular pitching staff?
I really told the coaches I'm up for whatever, pen, start, close, anything. I just came in with an open mind, ready to throw.
What did you do at Northeast Community College? Tell us a bit about your role on that team.
I was out of the pen for all of my appearances. Just whenever the coach told me to go, I was ready.
What are you looking to improve on this summer? Tell us a bit about the things that you needed to focus on as you hit this summer ball.
My main thing is fastball command and get a better changeup. Those will help me the most next year.
Talking with Braden Cork, he's one of the top relievers on the team. In terms of the way the feel is for you pitching, do you feel like you kind of got it going with all your pitches at this point?
Oh yeah, I mean everything's feeling great right now, so looking to keep going.
One of your outings was against the Nebraska prospects, mostly Omaha kind of kids. You're a Millard North guy. Talk about coming in and the chance to get a save and get them 1, 2, 3 in the ninth.
Oh yeah, it was really fun. I know a bunch of people on the team. And then the last out of the game was actually my roommate, so it was fun to get him out.
Really neat experience. Now, Millard North, talking about the baseball program there. I know there's a lot of powerhouse programs in the metro area. What was it like at Millard North?
I mean, yeah, it was great. Like, we weren't the greatest team my senior year, but my dad was a coach, so, I mean, it was fun going out and play for him. But, I mean, it was fun. Not as many wins as we might have wanted, but, yeah.
Seems like year in and year out, there's going to be several good teams in the metro. Talk a little bit about playing in that area in high school.
Yeah, it's fun playing against all the different good competition. Gets me better. Yeah, fun going out there.
You got some Northeast Community College kids on the team. How cool is it to share the moment with them?
Oh yeah, it's really fun. Just knowing them from college, come out here to play with them. Couldn't ask for anything more.
And one of the neat aspects of this is getting to know guys from other parts of the country, other parts of the world. Talk a little bit about that experience here in Hastings.
It's been fun. Like, I know a lot more people from all over the country than I did before here, that's for sure. All of them are great dudes. Love getting to know them.
The road trip. You guys went 4-4 on that road trip, but how special was it to kind of really get to know the guys when you got away from Hastings for a while?
Before the road trip, I'd say, like, all of us were, like, kind of still in our shells. And then the road trip, we just spent a bunch of days with each other. We all opened up, and now we're all pretty close. So it was good to get out on the road with them.
Talk about some of the new guys you've met who've become some guys who are probably going to be lifelong friends out of this group.
I've gotten pretty close with all the pitching staff and then a lot of the hitters too. Like I like everyone. They're all good dudes, but the pitching staff for sure.
We're talking with Braden Cork as he is a Northeast Community College product, one more year at Northeast. What are your goals after that? Would you like to see yourself going on to a 4-year school at some point?
Yeah, for sure. Just whatever the best school that offers me and I'll play at. So that's where I'm hoping to go after Northeast.
Talk a little about the academics. What are you studying? And is that going to be a situation also trying to figure out what you're going to major into?
Right now I'm just knocking out all the gen eds. Still not completely sure what I'm going to do. Probably something either like business or sports management.
Long-term goals, business, sports management. Do you see yourself involved in sporting somehow?
That's the plan for right now, but we'll see where this takes me.
You mentioned your dad's a coach. Do you see coaching in your future at all?
Maybe. I'm not sure yet, but it could be a route I go down.
Given the opportunity to play for Dad in high school.
It was really fun. I got the chance to pitch for his 400th career win at Millard North, so that was really fun. He'd be a lot harder on me at some points, but it helped me out.
He's Braden Cork. He's been one of the top pitchers for the Hastings Sodbusters, and he is our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
It is Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings getting set to go against the Fremont MOO. The Hastings Sodbusters, 8 games over 500 for the first time ever. They had never been over 6 games over 500 any time in a season before this year. And now with 2 more wins, 13-5, they are now 9-1 at home. 4-4 on the road, and with their win yesterday, the double-digit win, they've actually outscored their opponents. They had some big blowout losses, which made those stats a little bit skewed, but Hastings with a 13-5 record and a 1-run differential. Meanwhile, Casper Still 2 games up at 16-4 in the Independence League. They have outscored their opponents by 98 runs. They have been the class of the league here in the first half. Spearfish is 11-10. The Moo have fallen to 11-11, and Oahe picking up a win yesterday over Spearfish, 14-10 to go to 4-19. The big game on the agenda yesterday was Casper battling back to beat Fremont. If Fremont wins that, Sodbusters are just 1 game out of first, a 3-1 game heading into the bottom of the 7th. And Ryan Valentis joined us now, Mike's side. And you and I both, when we left the ballpark, thinking, go Moo, good shape, turn it over to the bullpen, get yourself a victory, and well, that didn't happen.
I was very surprised at the end of the night when I got home and got the notification final score, 8-3. 8-3. It was 3-1 when we left. And credit to Casper, they showing that they really want this first half title. Fremont won last year's first half title, and you don't want to say you can kind of cruise to in the second half, but yeah, once you've locked up that first half title, you are going to the playoffs even if you were to lose out the rest of your games. So Fremont just couldn't get the job done. Unfortunate for us, but, that's just how the way the cookie crumbles in summer baseball. And like you mentioned at the start of the game, Steve, will this motivate them or will this just take the wind out of their sails? A bus ride that didn't go as planned. They've lost 6 straight now, and Hastings, they've got a good winning streak going. So just can that continue, or is Fremont going to come up? And as we get a look at Fremont, too, got to wonder how long – going to take bets now on how long it takes for whoever's doing PA tonight to comment on their orange on orange uniforms. It was the purple and orange combined uniforms that really quote unquote irked Jason Frew.
Okay.
I kid, of course, but he did say that in a joking manner. But I mean, the orange on orange, we've seen some interesting uniform combinations from the Independence League this season, specifically Fremont and Oahe. Oahe's all yellow jerseys. They looked like the Savannah Bananas. That was very interesting. But it's going to be an interesting one. Like we said, Sodbusters on a hot streak. Fremont on a cold streak. Can Fremont get a good outing from their pitching staff tonight? And like you mentioned, Adam DeBoer going to make his 2024 debut for the Sodbusters. He was pretty good at the start of the season, and he was a guy that definitely ate up innings for the Sodbusters, but he was kind of the guy that maybe lost his touch a little bit in the later half of the season, giving up a few too many runs, but we'll look for a good start from Adam DeBoer tonight. And prediction, we're going to have a few runs tonight probably, and we just really hope that the Sodbusters didn't waste all their offense in that 15-run affair last night, Steve.
Adam DeBoer went 5-2 in the spring, had a really solid year for East Central College in Missouri, a 3.81 ERA, threw 49 2/3 and had 39 strikeouts. So Adam coming off a pretty good spring. Hopefully he can just pick up where he left off. Meanwhile, Fremont, I know they're not wanting to look back. I'm sure they flushed it, but we can look back. And they had a tremendous pitching performance from Baylor Hicks. Went 7 innings, allowed 1 run on 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. It's kind of fun that we don't get a chance to see him the next couple of days because he's one of their dudes. Hicks with a 1.47 ERA, but they ended up losing the contest as Theo Hughes came in, pitched a third of an inning, allowed 3 runs on 3 hits. He ended up taking the loss, and he was followed up by Bobby Simmons. And Simmons went 2/3 of an inning, allowing 4 runs on 3 hits. And so they hit him around pretty good. Those 2 guys probably are not going to be available out of the pen today. And then, of course, they're not going to be playing Bridger Coleman. And they'll turn it over to Caden Van Hill, who's been really good this year for them, a 3.17 ERA and a 2-1 record. And you look at it, 2 teams which have made their livings pitching the baseball this year, as the Hastings Sodbusters get another quality start as they lowered their team ERA to 4.5, and their home ERA is now 1.87. So It's been dynamite. And Fremont, meanwhile, their ERA, very sparkling, 3.12. So talked about maybe seeing some runs, or maybe not. The Fremont games this year have all been really good pitching matchups, good defense, and it's who's been able to come up with those big innings have been the team to win it. We're kind of due for a slugfest. Whether we get one, I guess we'll find out here in about 15 minutes.
Exactly, and that's kind of been the one thing that has worked so well for Fremont this year is, like we mentioned, that pitching staff. 7-inning performance from the starter yesterday. Look at the numbers, just above a 3 ERA. total, so just about giving up a run every 3 innings. That is going to win you a lot of ball games. Most of the time, just a few anomalies in those games for the Moo, but how about their pitching staff? 85 walks to 198 strikeouts in those 21 games, so they are a strikeout-heavy team. We saw that a lot with them last season, a lot of Division I guys on the team. Not really the raw talent on this Fremont team so far, at least. They were almost unstoppable, as you recall, in that first half last year. But just good to see the Hastings Sodbusters finally figuring it out. It was a forgettable season last year, to say the least, but it is just so good to see Joel Skipper turn this team around, get the guys in their winning ways, and keep these fans coming out to Duncan Field. But before we get too far, we've got a couple people commenting on our stream by the names of Sawyer Duddleston and Leo Sarnataro. What are you guys doing? You guys are playing, right? You guys are got to be ready to pinch hit later. So they, if that is them, guys, keep the support coming up, and hope you get a hit tonight when you come into pinch hit, if you come into pinch hit. But that's silly. I love that.
So they're going to be watching tonight instead of they're in the dugout, I assume, right?
If I'm looking at the lineup, I don't see them on the replacements. So
so they may really not even be here. Okay,
yeah,
and they're both Arkansas Tech kids. Like I say, now, okay, guys, you got to tell us where you're at. Are you off for an activity? So
please don't tell me you guys left for the summer.
That's right,
because we like you guys.
You betcha.
Ark Tech is a favorite. So coaches meeting at the plates, ready to play some ball. Steve,
let's take a look at the starting lineups, brought to you by Quality First. The Hastings Sodbusters go with Drew Vega at the top of the order. He's the second baseman. Josh Printer is the shortstop, back in the lineup today after yesterday's day off. Cale Jensen back to the DH role and batting third. It's Dina Morales at third base and batting fourth. Ryan Jarvis in the 5-hole. He plays left field today. Jack Borgman back to his accustomed first base, and he is batting sixth. It's Fred Bond doing the catching. Kyle Hiltbrandt in the starting lineup for the first time. He got in as a defensive replacement. He was a returnee from last year's team, so good to have Kyle back in Hastings. And Alexiel Delgado is the center fielder and batting ninth. Adam DeBoer gets the start for the Hastings Sodbusters. Once again, Joel Skipper's lineup is Vega, Printer, Jensen, Morales, Jarvis, Borgman, Bond, Hiltbrand, Delgado, with DeBoer on the mound. For the Fremont Moo, they are under the direction of their head coach, Connor McGonigal, along with Ben Asher, and they go with Trey Brooks leading things off and playing right field. Batting second and catching, Bridger Coleman. Batting third, DH, Tyrus Pecci. Then it's Parker Mooney batting fourth and playing first base. Steven Espinoza is the shortstop. He's batting fifth. It's Hunter Snyder at second base, batting sixth. Miles Meadows is in center field, batting seventh. Batting eighth, it's Dean Reynolds in left. And Dylan Brandenburg, the third baseman, batting ninth. Doing the pitching is Caden Van Hill for the Fremont Moo. So once again, it's Brooks, Coleman, Pecci, Mooney, Espinoza, Snyder, Meadows, Reynolds, Brandenburg, with Van Hill on the mound. Game by the numbers, Hastings 13-5, Fremont is 11-11. Overall, the Sodbusters for the year, a team batting average of .241 with 3 home runs, a team ERA of 4.5. And you mentioned the strikeout numbers for the Fremont Moo. Sodbuster pitchers have been pretty good, 147 strikeouts and 95 walks for that pitching staff this year. As for the Fremont Moo, we told you about their good team ERA at 3.12, but they are hitting only .221 as a team now, as they went to Casper and didn't have many hits either day. Ended up losing the first game of that 2-game series 11-3. They were out hit 10-6 in that game, and yesterday managed just 3 hits in that 8-3 loss. Casper got a lot of offense late, so this Fremont squad has not swung it well yet, but you just never know. Baseball is such a fickle game. One day could really break you out of it. We'll have to see how it all works out as the Hastings Sodbusters are getting set to go against the Fremont Moo. The starting lineup, sponsored by Quality First, will take it down to the field as we hear our national anthem.
Tonight's anthem is performed by Joe Vanderpool.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Everyone in Aurora, Nebraska, I think, can sing. Aurora, a town of about, 4,000, about 40 miles from here. And I think Joe's a former softball assistant coach. And Jason Frew, who is our normal on-field PA guy, recruits some tremendous singers. Joe, another one of those for our national anthem. You always know the national anthem is going to be in good hands here for Sodbuster Baseball. It's Steve Stein, it's Ryan Valenta as we bring you the Sodbusters and the Moo as Hastings taking the field behind their right-handed pitcher, Adam DeBoer. DeBoer a year ago pitched for the Sodbusters, 2-5, a 5.82 ERA in 41 2/3 innings. And again, that spring had a very solid 3.81 ERA and pitched 49 2/3. The East Central College Falcon. And a guy who is going to be majoring in exercise science. We get a chance to see him for the first time this year. Defensively for Hastings, it's Fred Bond behind the plate. At first base, Jack Borgman. Doing the second base duties, Drew Vega. Shortstop is Dino Morales. Josh Printer, Morales is at third base. Josh Printer, the shortstop. It's Ryan Jarvis in left, the center fielder, Alexio Delgado, and Kyle Hiltbrandt in right field. And as far as that defensive alignment goes, Jack Borgman really happy to be back at first base. I went down and talked to him before the game. I said, so, first ball hit you. He was saying in his head exactly what we thought he was saying.
Yes.
I was thinking, oh, crap. He hadn't played second base since high school, and of course the first ball of the game gets hit right at him, but he stayed with it and made every defensive play, but I think he's much more comfortable at first base.
But you've got a backup. We saw Cale Jensen out at first base last night, made a couple of really excellent scoops, and just depth-wise, this Sodbuster team just really has at least two guys that can play every position and play it well, so it's a good problem to have. Obviously not everybody's getting playing time every day, but having the guys that can get the job done on any given day if somebody were to go down is a very, very nice feeling to have for this Hastings Sodbusters team.
And we talk about Jensen playing first base. He didn't play it last year that we could recall. And actually his college coach wants him to get a few reps at first because that may be a position that he plays at Northeast Community College or at the next level. So, and he certainly had good returns with a couple of nice scoops over there at first base. Maybe not as tall a first baseman as you would want in terms of Division I level, but if you can swing it and if you have a good defense, they'll find a spot for you if you can have big hitting days. So here we go. The Sodbusters in the black unis today with gold numbers, and Fremont the all orange with the purple numbers as we are set to go as Trey Brooks steps into the right-handed box, and we hope you enjoy Sodbuster baseball. First pitch a little bit high, 1 ball and no strikes as we get things rolling 1 minute early. Gotta like that, 6:34. And Brooks up there now. He's out of San Jose State. Like many of this group of folks, a lot of guys just really scuffling. He's at 258 right now with 4 RBIs, 5 runs scored. Did not like the call, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Trey Brooks. DeBoer works quickly, brings it home. Curveball is off the inside corner. It's 2 balls and a strike as Daniel Roth and Kurt Schmidt are the 2-man umpiring crew here in Hastings today. 2-1 delivery from DeBoer. Right across for strike 2. It's even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the first, no score between the Moo and the Sodbusters. Quick 2-game series before Hastings will play the Nebraska Prospects for 3 games in 2 days to close out the first half of the Independence League schedule. Pitch inside and gets a piece of Trey Brooks, so leadoff batter aboard for the Fremont Moo in the person of Trey Brooks.
Well, I was going to say, one thing I think really good to follow up on today is going to be limiting the free passes for the Sodbusters because they only issued 1 walk yesterday, and they had I believe they had 1 hit batter, just a very limited amount of free passes That has plagued them a lot this year and in seasons past. Just throw it over the plate. Let Fremont do the rest of the work for you.
Here's Bridger Coleman up now, and he takes low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Bridger doing the catching today, and Coleman 306 on the year, has a home run, a team best 11 RBIs to go along with 4 doubles and 8 runs scored. And he is 5 for 9 against Hastings this year. Not many guys are over 500 because this Fremont team has not hit Hastings pitching well at all. 2 balls and no strikes the count is the numbers between these two teams. Hastings winning 3 out of the 4 so far. Hastings hitting .267. Fremont just .217 against the Sodbusters. Both teams pitching it well. Sodbusters 1.69 for the team ERA, and Fremont 2.65 in the first 4 games, basically averaging a 3-2 game every time, with Hastings averaging 3 runs a game and Fremont just over 2. So it's been very competitive in the 4 games so far, despite the fact Hastings has won 2 out of the 3. A 2-1 pitch is going to be coming with DeBoer out of the stretch. Short lead over at first, and the pitch fouled straight back, 2-2. Nice comeback for DeBoer as he's been able to get 2 strikes on Coleman. Brooks not going anywhere at this point. We'll see if they do turn him loose. He has got 1 stolen base this year. Fremont not the free running team they've been in recent years, but part of that, haven't gotten on base. Team batting average not high, so just haven't had the chance to get the offense in motion. Curveball, beauty, swing and a miss as DeBoer took something off of that one, and the first strikeout of the game for DeBoer. 1 on, 1 out for Tyrus Pecci.
Got away with a breaking ball there. I mean, it was a good breaking ball as Coleman was obviously looking for the fastball there. That one middle of the zone, but Coleman swings through it for the first out.
Tyrus Pecci, he has been a good hitter this year. .345 with a home run, 2 doubles, 4 runs batted in. He is their top hitter, and he stands in and takes strike 1. No balls and a strike on Tyrus Pecci. Pecci has still yet to get it going against Hastings, however. He is a combined 0 for 5 in 3 games. He's played 3 of the 4, was not with Fremont in their victory here to begin the season. Off-speed pitch, swung on and missed as Pecci still trying to find the measure of Adam DeBoer. He's quickly down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Much better breaking ball there. Started right where that last fastball ended and darted right out of the zone. Has Pecci on the ropes.
0-2 pitch from Adam DeBoer. A look over to first, and the delivery. Just misses the inside corner, tried to break it over, and could not quite find the inside. 1-2 now on Tyrus Pecci. Trey Brooks hit by a pitch. Coleman has struck out. 1 on, 1 out here in inning number 1. Adam DeBoer in his Sodbuster debut. And it looks like a shoe issue for Trey Brooks. He's over at first base and now is back and ready to go as we return to play. DeBoer takes a look that way. Glances again, very short lead over there, and this pitch is in the turf and back of the screen, so runner in scoring position, 1 out. It really got away from DeBoer there, and Brooks takes second. So 2-2 the count, runner in scoring position, and the Moo trying to break on top. Sodbusters with their solid home record. They've scored first in every game but 1 this year on the home field. DeBoer out of the stretch. And the 2-2 delivery. Low for ball 3. 3-2 on Pecci. So Pecci's come back after being down to the count 0-2. And DeBoer will see if he can find the mojo and retire a pretty good one in the person of Tyrus Pecci. Plays in that Jayhawk Conference, Johnson County Community College in Metro Kansas City. 3-2 delivery. Off speed, stays high, and it's a walk. So a couple of free passes here in the first to go along with a strikeout, and working yourself into trouble now with Parker Mooney and Steven Espinoza coming up. And for a team that's struggling offensively, you want them to keep struggling, and the one way you can get them hot, give them bases. Now it's just going to take 1 hit to the outfield to likely score their first run as Parker Mooney stands in the left-handed box. First pitch down low. It's in the turf. The throw to third is high and not going to be in time. Did he slide off? No, safe. Bridger Coleman, or I should say Trey Brooks, takes third base on the wild pitch and nearly overslid it. Now there's runners at the corners. Guy at first did not go, so Pecci at first. So a double play still in order if they could find a way against Parker Mooney, who's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Parker Mooney, 192 on the year, did play against the Sodbusters on Monday and went 1 for 4. His only appearance against Hastings. 1-0 delivery. Low for ball 2, and Adam DeBoer, after getting a strikeout and then ahead of Pecci, has now lost the zone. That's 6 straight out of the zone against this Fremont MOO team. Fremont trying to bust on top. DeBoer brings it in. Inside, good stop there for Fred Bond, and it's 3-0 on Parker Mooney. And a team that's road weary anyway. They're coming off a devastating loss. And if you give them an opportunity, all of a sudden they're in this game. You're really hoping to just jump right on them, throw strikes, keep them down. It's not looking that way early. 3-0 delivery, and that's called strike 1. So finds the zone on that one. Parker Mooney out of Augustana hit .313 with 10 home runs, 37 runs batted in. So he's an RBI guy at the plate for this Fremont MOO team. Went to high school at Creighton Prep. Played for his dad. 3-1 delivery. Misses ball 4, and they're loaded up for Steven Espinoza.
Yeah, here I'd like to see Fred Bond or at least Joel Skipper, somebody go out and just give Adam DeBoer a breather. It's kid's first outing of the season. He's having a little rough shape settling in. Probably just needs to take a deep breath out there, but I would have liked to see somebody go out and chat with him.
Steven Espinoza steps in now. Charleston Southern product, who's 1 for 7 against the Sodbusters this year, takes the ball inside. 1 ball and no strikes, hitting .209 for the year. Does have a couple of extra base hits, a home run and a triple. He's knocked in 8. He scored 5. Another of the guys that's a pretty good dude, but has not hit it well overall for the year and has not hit well against Sodbuster pitching. 1-0 delivery is missing for ball 2, 2-0. So other than, actually the first 3 batteries, he jumped ahead of Brooks, Coleman, and Pecci, but has fallen behind the last 2, and he's inside with this offering. Espinoza ahead in the count. Adam DeBoer trying to find the strike zone. He's working back out of the wide now with the bases loaded, and the delivery low for ball 4. It's a bases loaded walk, so it's a Fremont team. It's not hitting it well at all, but they don't have to hit as they get 4 free passes, a hit batsman, and 3 walks has made it 1-0.
And now we're going to see at least Josh Printer, and there comes Joel Skipper. Tough to give a guy, get a guy for almost a month off. Obviously you don't know what Adam's workout program has kind of been like his time away from the team, but just tough day. It's a little humid too. It can mess with some guys, but Adam DeBoer, we're going to need him to go a few innings tonight. Like we've said, plenty of games left in this homestand, and Sodbusters have been able to manage their pitching staff very well so far and not having to make any early moves, but good move now to just give DeBoer a breather, and hopefully he can find his rhythm here, especially with Fremont still threatening to put more here on the first.
1 out, bases loaded, 1 home, and there is no action behind Adam DeBoer. So at this point, it is his game. So needs to discover things in a hurry, or it could get away from the Sodbusters in a big way. As we get a first look at Hunter Snyder, he'll stand in the left-handed box. Snyder out of Columbia University. 206 on the year. He's got a couple of runs batted in and 2 runs scored. The pitch nowhere close, inside for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. And now you're up there if you're Fremont to take a strike. Certainly not swinging the bat here. Sodbusters do have their corner infielders in, hoping for a double play ball. Hard hit ball and foul, and I am stunned that he swung. It was kind of right down the middle, but like I say, with the way it's gone for DeBoer, I figure you're going to take till you see one that's in the zone. And 1-1 the count on Snyder. DeBoer will come back out of the wind now. And the 1-1 delivery, way outside, 2-1. Trey Brooks hit by a pitch and scored. Pecci, Mooney, and Espinoza on the bases now, all recipients of free passes from Adam DeBoer. 2-1 delivery, inside, 3-1. DeBoer in danger of walking his second in. Still nobody up on the Hastings bullpen, and we mentioned the fact you're playing every day, including 2 on Saturday, so going to try to get a few innings, and bouncing ball foul, and it's off of the guy in the batter's box, and hopefully Hunter Snyder's okay, so he'll take a moment as he gets up, and he may have swung at ball 4.
Yeah, that one looked a little bit inside, and I know it's not fun to walk in summer baseball, but you really just got to keep the line moving and be unselfish there.
3-2 pitch, and ball 4. All righty, so Snyder draws the bases loaded walk. It's not real pretty at this point, as we have yet to see a ball in play, and we've played 11 minutes of this game. Hit by pitch, strikeout, and 4 straight walks. So we will see Miles Meadows step in. Miles, a .296 hitter. First pitch misses, 1 ball and no strikes on Miles Meadows. Meadows is 1 for 6 against Hastings. He played in both games, the doubleheader on Saturday, 1 for 3 and 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-0.
33 pitches, 10 strikes for Adam DeBoer right now.
That is not a good ratio. And there is action now for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's a left-hander getting hot. Strike. Job there for Adam DeBoer, and now just put all of this past stuff behind you. Try to do what you can to get through this inning. 2 runs, no hits for the Moo, nothing put in play. DeBoer's got 1 strikeout. 2-1 delivery? Nope, outside, ball 3.
You just got to remember, too, if you're Adam, that you're quite literally 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Fremont hasn't put any real hard contact on it. Hit it right at an infielder and get yourself a double play and get out of here.
3-1 pitch, ball 4. 5 straight walks after a strikeout. And one frustrated fan says, throw strikes. Yeah, that's the,
Love to see him get in there and throw strikes.
That's what we're all thinking. That's baseball some days. That zone, when it's going like this, that zone looks so small. And here comes Dean Reynolds. Strike 1. No balls and a strike. This is the beer battler, so the fans are into it here at Duncan Field, hoping for things not to go well for Dean Reynolds, who's 1 for 33 on the year. Throw strikes. Ooh, just misses there. 1 ball and 1 strike, and that's the unfortunate thing. DeBoer's probably not going to get many borderline pitches just because he hasn't thrown many strikes. But yeah, here's a guy you want to make him hit it, because he has not this year. 1-1 delivery. Low for ball 2. Good stop, Fred Bond. 2-1 on Dean Reynolds. Reynolds, another of the products from Columbia University. They've got a trio of Columbia folks. He's from Orange, Texas. 0 for 3 in his only game against Hastings in the second game of a doubleheader on Saturday. 2-1 delivery. Right there for strike 2. Haven't had many 2-strike counts during this little run. Even walking 5 in a row, and has fallen behind, and now he's come back. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball. Whew. So close. 2-2 still on Dean Reynolds.
So it's not that DeBoer has eliminated 1 pitch. It's not like just his curveball or just his fastball isn't working. He's still throwing an even mix there. He went to the curveball there and just shook off a sign. We'll see what he brings.
2-2 pitch, bounce to the left side. Third baseman Morales steps on the bag. Hard throw to first, double play, and after all of that, the Sodbusters get out of this with just 3 runs allowed. DeBoer frustrated as he walks off the mound, but hey, fella, it could have been a lot worse. Dino Morales saves the day. Nice backhand stop right on the bag at third. A gun over to Jack Borgman. And Fremont settles for 3 out of all of that. 3 runs on no hits and 2 men left, as we will have the Hastings at bat coming up next. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
At the bottom half of inning number 1, 3-0 Fremont, but it's weird to say, but it could have been worse. And now you're already in the hole 3, and you're facing a guy. Is this enough runs for Caden Van Hill? He's got a 2-1 record, a 3.17 ERA, making 3 appearances, allowing 17 and 2/3 innings, allowing 8 runs, 12 hits, 17 strikeouts, and just 5 walks. So he's one of their better pitchers. And Caden Van Hill out of Wayne State, he's an Omaha West Side product. And he is backed up defensively by the catcher, Bridger Coleman. At first base, it's Parker Mooney. At second, Hunter Snyder. At third, Dylan Brandenburg. The shortstop is Steven Espinoza. In left field, Dean Reynolds. Center fielder, Miles Meadow. And in the right field is Trey Brooks. Here comes Drew Vega back in the lineup after he got a well-deserved break yesterday. He's been swinging a hot bat. Against Fremont this year, he's 5 for 10, and he's been solid in the homestand, 6 out of 13, and takes upstairs for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on Drew Vega, Arkansas Tech guy. Didn't play in the spring and making the most of his summer so far, 349, including 467 at home, and he pops this one into short center field. Coming on and making the play, that will be Miles Meadows. So 1 up, 1 down for Hastings here in the bottom half of inning number 1.
Good start for Fremont, and to emphasize about Caden Van Hill's last start through a complete game against the Nebraska Prospects, only allowed 2 runs, walked 1 and struck out 6. That was 8 days ago, so he's had plenty of time off in between now and this start.
Here's the pitch. And a little line drive by the second baseman for a base hit. It looked like when it came off the bat of Josh Printer, it was going to be caught. Josh really needed that. He'd been scuffling at the plate a little bit, put it in play very solidly, and Hunter Snyder just couldn't quite bring it in. And there's a leadoff single for Josh Printer, who'd seen his batting average dip to .231 before that hit.
Yeah, he had a big offer and had the yesterday off. That's what a day off can do to some guys. Just completely reinvent yourself and get back in the swing of things.
Cale Jensen watches strike 1, no balls and 1 strike on the DH for the Hastings Sodbusters today. Cale with a good day yesterday as he went 2 for 4, a double, 2 runs batted in, 3 runs scored, and 2 stolen bases. First day he had a hit since the first day with the Sodbusters, as his batting average lower than it will be by the end of the year, I'm sure. 167, 3 out of 18 coming into today as he stands in that left-handed box. Going to have to battle back here after he took a curveball for a strike. 0-2 with 1 out, runner at first, and Van Hill brings home the pitch, and this one is bounced to the second baseman. Could be 2. Throw to second for 1, over to first, and that quickly the Sodbusters are done. Cale Jensen goes 4-6-3 as Hunter Snyder got it to Espinoza, the solid turn as he gunned it over to Parker Moody, and Hastings is done here in the opening frame. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We head to the second. It's Fremont 3 and Hastings nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Hastings Soundbusters trail at 3-0, and Adam DeBoer, who threw 42 pitches in the first inning, got very limited rest as he comes right back out there. The pitching numbers, DeBoer 42 pitches, 15 strikes. Caden Van Hill threw a grand total of 6 pitches the first inning. 5 of those were for strikes. So DeBoer, a forgettable first, but he's sent back out there and just got to gut this out. Try to give your team a couple of more innings and save the bullpen. Creighton Jacobitz is hot behind DeBoer as he continued to warm up pretty much throughout that break. So if anything goes awry with DeBoer, we likely see the Adams Central product come in for him.
And just how many times is it just for a starter that they have that rough first inning and then they just settle in pretty nicely after that? Hopefully that's the case with Adam DeBoer. You can think of the Big Ten championship game. Huskers allowed 2 in the first, and then their starter absolutely settled down. Just the first inning, just a problem for some guys. Just hope that's just the case for DeBoer.
Dylan Brandenburg takes strike 1. He's at the plate now. He is a .225 hitter with 9 runs batted in and 10 runs scored. 0-1 delivery. Bounce to the left side for a foul ball. Quickly 2 strikes. Good job for DeBoer. Good early returns here in the second innings. He throws 2 over the plate. 1 a called strike and 1 a foul ball on Dylan Brandenburg, who's 1 for 5 against Hastings this year. That hit coming in the lone Fremont win. Had an RBI and a run scored way back on May 28th. We're already winding down the first half of this Independence League schedule. Pitch outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes as the records will reset after Sunday. Sodbusters in action the rest of this week. Bouncing ball, foul. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes on Brandenburg. Hastings playing Fremont 2 this Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday they'll have a double header. An opportunity to play the Nebraska Prospects, and then a single game Sunday. Bouncing ball back up the middle. It could be trouble. Printer's got it. He'll set. He'll throw to first in time. When that came off the bat, I thought, does Josh Printer have the wheels? He does, and he certainly has the arm once he gets there. 6-3 on the putout. Outstanding play for Josh Printer, and we're back to the top of the order for the Fremont MOO, leading it 3-0.
Well said. Just excellent play by Printer. It's a base hit up the middle, probably 7 times out of 10, but not when Josh is at shortstop.
Here is Trey Brooks, and he is hit by the pitch for the second time today. Brooks at least didn't waste any pitches that time, just hit him right away. As he'll take his base. Runner at first, 1 out for Bridger Coleman. Coleman was a strikeout victim against DeBoer in his first appearance back in inning number 1. The lone strikeout of the day for Adam DeBoer. 3-0 Fremont, taking advantage of the lack of control from Adam DeBoer here in the early going. DeBoer out of the stretch, and the pitch. A little bit high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Bridger Coleman. It's been a sodbuster killer overall, 5 out of 10 for the year. Hit .248 in the spring for Allen Hancock Community College in California. 1-0 delivery is in the turf and by Fred Bond, so into scoring position goes Trey Brooks, who has an eerily similar line to the first inning. He was hit by a pitch, advanced on a wild pitch, and now he's in scoring position with 1 man out. Fremont on top, 3-0. Creighton Jacobitz continues to throw for Hastings, but I'm sure Joel Skipper would like to give DeBoer every opportunity to work a clean inning, give him a few here on this staff that could be a bit weary, though able to get good pitching performances without a couple of frontliners, particularly James Velasquez. 2-1 pitch on the way. Low for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Bridger Coleman. Sodbusters also without Fred Juden at this point. Guy who eats up a lot of innings for you. The guys they've thrown out there, for the most part, have been lights out. What a job yesterday in the initial start of the year for Jaden Juergensmeyer. 7 innings of 1 hit ball, struck out 6. Grand Island guy who plays for Hastings College and was outstanding. 3-1 here. It's Adam DeBoer. Brings it to Coleman. Check of the runner. And the pitch. Strike 2. So a chance to get Coleman again, perhaps. Runner at second, 1 out, and you're just wondering if Joel Skipper's thinking one more free one and he's gone, or if he continues to have a little patience. Nothing across yet here in the second. A hit batsman with one out. That guy's at second. 3-2 pitch. Inside for ball 4. Runner's going to take off for third, and there will be no throw as Fred Bond couldn't chase it down. It actually went up the left side of the infield, but Brooks could just see it right in front of him, and he advances on the wild pitch. Coleman at first with one man out. So 6 walks, 2 hit batsmen, and we have played an inning and a third. Adam DeBoer has as many walks as Caden Van Hill has pitches in this ball game. Van Hill with 6 pitches to retire the Sodbusters in the first.
Ouch.
First pitch across, no balls and a strike, as that first pitch offering for Adam DeBoer was his 54th, make it his 55th pitch. 22 of them have been strikes. But again, double play ball, you're out of this with no damage. Runner goes, 0-1 delivery is low for a ball. Bond couldn't handle it, so advancing and taking the bag is Coleman's. The double play possibility is gone. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Tyrus Pecci. Pecci walked and scored his first time up. It's Fremont team that's just not hitting it very well, but they don't have to at this point. And the Adam DeBoer offering. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Umpires today are Daniel Roth and Kurt Schmidt, and it seems to be a fair zone at this point. It's just been a struggle for Adam to find it. 2-1 delivery on the way. Bouncing ball to the left side. The shortstop, Josh Printer, will throw to third. They'll get the out there. Run will score. Good decision for Printer. No way he's going to get an out at home, but they'll go 6-5 to retire Bridger Coleman. Trey Brooks scores. There are 2 outs. Pecci aboard on the fielder's choice. And it is 4-0 with Parker Mooney trying to continue things for Fremont.
Absolutely. That's the right play right there. Just go with the easiest base that's closest to you, and with the runner right in there, and a present there for Fremont to get the second lead runner.
Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Parker Mooney walked and scored his first time up. And that's important because you keep the runner off of third base. Fremont going to have to take an extra base hit if they're going to get that guy home from first. A lot of things could have scored him from third. 1-0 delivery inside. 2-0 the count on Mooney. As DeBoer, a look to the turf as he'll stand back in there. And like I say, we've all been there. When days just aren't happening right for you, what can you do to get it headed your direction? Whether it's broadcasting or baseball. Bouncing ball, foul, 2-1. And it's tough to go out there for that second inning after the kind of first inning you had. And just trying to find a way to discover the zone here. And you actually feel pretty good if you get out of this with 1 more run allowed. Get yourself through 2 innings. 2-1 the count. Check of the runner. Adam brings it home. Bouncing ball, foul, so he's a strike away from getting out of this with only 1 run allowed. A ground out to begin the inning. A hit batsman. Walk. Fielder's choice. And there's 1 on, 2 outs. 4-0. Fremont's on top. Sodbusters have the only hit, by the way. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball, foul. Remains 2-2. Remember a couple of games ago, Sodbusters had that wacky one against the squad, the Plainsmen, where they were out hit 8-2 but won the contest. This has got the makings of something like that if it continues to go. Sodbusters very easily can out hit Fremont and not score that many runs. It's a 4 spot with no runs. Sodbusters had 4 runs on 2 hits in a 4-3 win against the Plainsmen a couple of days ago. 2-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. This should do it. Second baseman Vega has it measured and will make the play. And so DeBoer, I guess, calling a nice bounce back inning. Allows only 1 run, no hits, and a man left as we head to the bottom of the second. It is 4-0 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. This is Sodbuster Baseball. As we head to the bottom half of the second inning, Hastings trails at 4-0. Fremont 4 runs, no hits. The Sodbusters no runs, 1 hit. They'll have their 4, 5, and 6 setters up there against Dina Morales, or with Dina Morales, Ryan Jarvis, and Jack Borgman against Caden Van Hill, who threw a grand total of 6 pitches. Adam DeBoer's pitch count is at 64 after 2 innings. A little bit different line at this point, and you wonder, Jacobitz, is he still throwing? Nobody's throwing now. Jacobitz would be ready. Will they allow DeBoer to go out for a third? We'll have to see how it goes. Like I say, a long old week of baseball, and then going to get on the bus and play some road games as well. So try to maximize every pitcher you can. And Dino Morales, a 1-0 pitch is fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Dino Morales. Hit .374 in the spring. He's .269 for the summer with a home run, 3 doubles, 8 runs batted in, and 6 runs scored. Overall, Dino is 3 for 11 against Fremont this year. Swings and misses at ball 2. It's 1-2 on Morales, as Dino had a multi-hit game against Fremont in the season opener. Sodbusters ended up losing that contest. 1-2 pitch. Outside it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. That way back on May 28th, he had 2 of the 9 Sodbuster hits, as Fremont won it 6-1, out hitting Hastings in the process 12-9. Sodbusters have won the rest against Fremont, 3 out of 4. 2-2 pitch is bounced to the left side. Could be a tough play. Sliding, making the stop as the shortstop. Long throw in time. Dino Morales gunned down. How about Steven Espinoza with the athleticism and arm to get Dino Morales?
You're keeping score at home. Put a star, maybe a couple stars right there. Not only did he slide, that was a long slide too. It took his time to get up to his feet, but the hose from Espinoza gets Morales by a quarter step.
Ryan Jarvis tries to get it going with 1 man out and takes strike 1. No balls and a strike on Jarvis with Jack Borgman waiting on deck. Jarvis has gone 3 for 9 against Fremont this year, including a 3 for 3 game in the first game of a doubleheader on Saturday. Mighty swing and no contact there for Ryan Jarvis as he's quickly down on the count. No balls and 2 strikes as he's .224 for the summer with a triple and 5 runs batted in. Saginaw Valley State product. 0-2 delivery is taken low. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ryan Jarvis. Jarvis has had some nice moments here at Duncan Field. Some big hits his first few games for this Hastings Sodbuster team. Been a lot of fun, well-pitched contests. And ball inside, it gets a piece of Jarvis, and it looks like he's going to be called back. He was headed down to first base. I think it went right off a guard, but they are not going to allow him to take his base, and it's a 2-2 count. So just call it a ball instead of an HBP. 4 runs home for Fremont. Sodbusters looking to get on the board. 2-2 delivery. Low for ball 3, 3-2. So Ryan Jarvis working his way back to full. Saginaw Valley State, a school record 41 wins in the spring, 41-18 in a super regional for them. That pitch is inside, so Jarvis gets on eventually. Instead of a hit by pitch, he's walked. 1 on, 1 out for Jack Borgman. Time for Jack to break out. he had a kind of a fun experience last night. Got to play second base for the first time since high school, made every play. He came up there, and of course the first ball of the game was hit to him, and we both thought, looking at him when he was hit to him, he's thinking, oh my golly. And talking to him, I pretty much said, oh crap. But swing and a miss here at one in the turf. On to second base will go Jarvis. It's a wild pitch as Borgman way out in front of that off-speeder. Did not see it well at all.
I mean, if you think back to the major leagues back in the late 2010s when Chris Davis of the Baltimore Orioles was in that major slump, excellent hitter for the Orioles. This is very similar, 0 for 31 for Jack Borgman.
A guy who just got off to a blistering start for the Sodbusters. 0-1 delivery, right there for strike two. And like I say, he seemed very upbeat before the contest and still very much has it all in perspective. You just want to see some success for that Northeast Community College product, the math education major. Had a multi-hit game against Fremont to open the year. 2 out of 4. He's 2 out of 6 overall against the MOO. And pops this one up. So he tosses the bat down in frustration. Second baseman battling the wind and making the play. That's Hunter Snyder, and there are 2 outs. And here comes Fred Bond trying to keep this inning going. Love a little blooper just to get a run home here and put some pressure on this MOO team. Fremont could not win either game in Casper. The Sodbusters, for a rare time in their history, rooting for the Fremont MOO. Bouncing ball to the left side. Espinoza charges, nearly runs into his third baseman, throws, and gets him out. Steven Espinoza showing the glove work. We heard reports about what a good shortstop he is, and he makes 2 high-level plays right there to gun down Morales and now Fred Bond, and the Sodbusters do not score. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We head to the third. It's Fremont 4, Hastings nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. It's been all Fremont to start things off, or at least gifts to Fremont, as Fremont does not have a hit, but they have 4 runs on the board. Adam DeBoer out for his third inning of work. Much better in his second than his first. Hopefully he can continue his upward trend, and we'll turn things over to Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. And like you said, let's just see if we can get DeBoer in a little groove here. You want to get him going as long as you can, just because got plenty of games left in this homestand, and yes, you got guys feeding in here, but you want to give the guys, keep them kind of on similar rest and keep them fresh and kind of in a rhythm, if you will. So we'll see if DeBoer can get this inning going. A couple of guys just walking around, appear to be just about ready in the bullpen if needed. So we'll see how this inning turns out. 4-0, top of the third inning. Fremont has 5, 6, and 7 due up. Steven Espinoza, Hunter Snyder, and Miles Meadows. The first 3 for Fremont. Espinoza, part of that walk parade in the first inning where he walked in a run. It's actually the game's first run. And look out, there goes the bar of soap there. DeBoer misses over and behind Espinoza, and Sodbuster fans with an inauspicious gasp on that pitch there. That next one is low and away for ball 2, 2 balls, and no strikes. Steven Espinoza on the season hitting .209. He has gotten a hit in 2 of his last 4 games, as he hits that pretty well to left field. Jarvis drifting back, fighting the sun. No problem for Ryan Jarvis in left field to make the grab for out number 1.
And a really good start for DeBoer here to get the first out. We talked about the fact, I don't know if I'd ever seen one pitcher walk 5 in a row and be allowed to stay in. Now, you called a game last year against this Fremont MOO team where there were 6 straight walks for Fremont pitchers, but I think it was either 2 or 3 pitchers in that span. I think it was the regular season finale last year.
Yeah, and that was a game where I think Fremont was just putting some guys in because they had to prepare for the Independence League Championship, didn't want to waste their good guys. But, yes, it can happen, and it's going to happen, and you just got to run with it sometimes if you are a head coach of that team. Hunter Snyder bats. He also walked home a run in that first inning. And he's ahead in the count, 3-0. Snyder with 7 hits, and 3 of them coming in one game against the first Casper game. He went 3 for 4. And also had a hit yesterday, and he's going to walk on 4 straight pitches. The 7th walk for Adam DeBoer tonight.
Hastings Sodbusters, the game we were talking about, took place at the end of last year. Hastings won the game by a score of 10-8. They were walked 12 times in that game.
Here's Miles Meadows down to the 7 hole for Fremont. DeBoer's pitch count climbing. First pitch to Meadows, down low for ball 1. Meadows a .296 hitter for the summer. He has seen his average dip down a little bit. It's been hitless in his last 2 games. 0 for his last 6. Had a 6-game hit streak earlier in the season. So DeBoer battling, still yet to find the strike zone with 6 straight pitches. Hunter Snyder leads away from first. DeBoer pauses in the turf. Bond blocks it, picked back to first in safely. 3 straight in this at-bat and 7 overall. Got to figure if this is ball 4 here. I can't imagine giving Adam DeBoer any more chances here. Just he's about done all he could, and his pitch count approaching the 80 mark here in the 3rd. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Looked pretty good, but it appeared to be high, I guess. So Meadows walks, and here comes Jill Skipper, and that should be the end of the day for Adam DeBoer, and just a disappointing outing in his 2024 Sodbuster debut. He looks down at the mound and awaits his skipper coming out. Unfortunate happening. The Sodbusters are going to the bullpen here with only 1 out in the 3rd inning. We'll tell you about the new Sodbuster pitcher after the break.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
New pitcher on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters is the aforementioned Creighton Jacobitz, Adams Central alumnus. Pitching back in his home ballpark, going to be making his team-leading 8th appearance of the year, all in relief. Picked up his first win in a Sodbuster uniform. That was in the wacky game against the Plainsmen, where the Sodbusters stole victory from the jaws of defeat. He pitched a clean 1-2-3 9th inning. With the Sodbusters taking over the lead, he got his first win. He also has a couple of saves under his belt, but a little too early in the game, and Sodbusters not on the right end to do that as of quite yet. So in 7 appearances, making his 8th, an 8.7 ERA. He's just had 2 bad games. 5 of his 7 appearances have been scoreless, and then 1 game he allowed 4 runs, and the other game he allowed 6 runs. So kind of a outlier or an anomaly in the stat book there. While Jacobson's numbers are inflated, definitely not in a factor of how he has pitched this season. 5 of 7, he has been very, very good pitching scoreless outings, but they call on him with first and second for Fremont with 1 out here in the 3rd. So it's gone flyouts, walk and walk, and Adam DeBoer's day is done. And he finishes with 8 walks, 4 runs, did not give up a hit, but he is still responsible for the runners on first and second. Dean Reynolds, the beer batter, bats. He takes a big hack, gets a piece of it for a foul ball for strike 1.
You don't want to pile on to Adam, but this is the line. It is what it is. 47 balls out of his 75 pitches to go along with those 8 walks, 2 hit batsmen, and 3 wild pitches.
Like we said during the break, it's going to happen. You know, it's just unfortunate it happened to Adam, but games like that are inevitable, and Sodbusters saw plenty of that. It almost felt like that happened almost every other game for the Sodbusters last year. So Dean Reynolds, he grounded into a very fortunate double play in the first inning to end the Moo's inning as he laces that to center field. Coming on Delgado. It falls in front of him for a base hit. He's going to throw all the way to third, and it is just too late. Heck of a throw by Alexio Delgado just to make it close at third base, but in there safely is Hunter Snyder. Bases loaded of Moo with 1 out.
And I guess a good decision. I thought initially they may have had a chance to force Miles Meadows at second, but Meadows got a decent read on it and was going to get to second, so that was not going to be an opportunity to get an out there. So Delgado trying to find the place where he had the best chance to get an out, just couldn't get it done. And first hit of the ball game comes in the 3rd with Fremont on top 4-0.
Reynolds reaches. That is the first hit of the game for Fremont, even though they've already got 4 across the plates. The 9th place hitter, Dylan Brandenburg, bats. Bases juiced, 1 out. Brandenburg grounded out to shortstop. In his only at-bat, he hits that down the right field line, giving chase. And making the catch is Kyle Hiltbrand. He's going to gun it all the way home, and it's not in time. A sac fly as Hunter Snyder takes a piece of the mat and appears to be a little shaken up on the slide. Excellent play by Kyle Hiltbrand. We lost him off the screen, but went to a slide feet first and well in foul territory. Makes the grab, but every base runner tags up and moves up an extra base. It's a foul sacrifice fly for Dylan Brandenburg to score the 5th run of the game.
Welcome to Hastings, Kyle Hiltbrand. That is very good defensively. We'll get a chance to see him at the plate a little bit. Didn't get a chance to play much in the spring at Western Oregon. And his parents, Rod and Amy, regular watchers on YouTube. So I'm sure they were happy about that, even though couldn't quite see it.
First pitch is in there to Trey Brooks, but shout out to the Hiltbrands. When they showed up last year, they came knocking at our door and they made us some souvenirs. It's a Sodbuster cutting board in the shape of home plate. Big wave and a miss for Trey Brooks. He's been hit by a pitch twice and scored 2 runs, but still have that thing if you're wondering, Hiltbrands. I mean, I can't use it because it is just so pristine. So it is just sitting in a cabinet, but it is an awe to look at every time. Strike 3 called. Caught him looking on 3 pitches. Brooks is retired. And the Busters only give up the 1 run, but the hole is getting bigger. It's 5-0, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd with the Sodbusters looking to make some noise.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Back at historic and beautiful Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. Summer baseball. Appreciate you joining us on this little muggy but nice temperature Thursday afternoon. As we've gone into the evening and crawling along here, a few runs, well, more than a few runs for Fremont as they enjoy a 5-0 lead. Caden Van Hill set to start his third inning of work. And coming to the plate for the first time this season, Kyle Hiltbrand. He had an excellent start to his sodbuster career. Last summer, had a hit in 5 straight games, 9 of his first 10, as he finished a .235 season, and he didn't get here until June 2nd. So he missed a few games, and Hiltbrand takes a big hack, and that's a guy who wants to hit the baseball right there, going after the first pitch from Caden Van Hill. So good to have Kyle back. Pitch is way outside for ball 1 ball and 1 strike. Kyle Hiltbrand, Alexio Delgado, then at the top of the order, Drew Vega, due up. The 1-1 pitch to Hiltbrand. Breaking ball finds the zone, strike 2. Hiltbrand from goes to Western Oregon. He got a pinch hit appearance in 1 game for Western Oregon. Otherwise, did not see much playing time at all on the field. That one gets away. That one skipped almost in front of the home plate for Caden Van Hill. So Hiltbrand making the long drive. Good to have him back. Right field starter for today. The tall righty delivers. Hiltbrand on the ground to third. It's right through. Dylan Brandenburg, who has it sneak under his glove, took a high hop. Well, with him not getting an actual glove on it, curious to see how they'll score that. You would think it would be an error, but you could also argue for a base hit as well. And Hiltbrand's the leadoff base runner.
I wouldn't argue too hard. He just never really got a great read on it. And he's been so solid at third, you kind of expect him to make every play. And so I would think it'll be E5. We'll see what Andy has to say.
They do have an E5. Delgado tries to bunt, and I think it hit him in the box and goes behind the plate for strike 1. So Sodbusters trying to play small ball here to get them back in it. A rather large hill to climb, down 5 runs. Fremont has scored in every inning. 3 in the first and 1 in the second and third. Van Hill takes a look over at Hiltbrand. Delgado swinging away this time and fouls it off for strike 2. Delgado's been a very, very nice addition to the Sodbuster team. Been pretty much a mainstay in center field. He did get the day off. As Delgado hitting just a .184 on the season. But his defense has made up for it. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches go down. They throw back to first, and Hiltbrand lucky to get back. Throw was there in time, but Parker Mooney didn't receive it well at first base to tag him. And that is the first out of the inning as Delgado down on strikes.
Sodbusters facing the 2 best Fremont pitchers in their last 2 games against the MOO. That doesn't make it easy. Van Hill had only pitched at home. He was kind of a guy that he works generally, so can't go on the road, but figuring he can get a start here in Hastings. And so Sodbusters not only down 5-0, but facing one of the best for this Fremont MOO team.
Drew Vega bats. Of guys, everyday playing guys, second best average on the team behind Sawyer Duddleston. Hiltbrand antsy off first. Vega quickly down 0-2. That breaking pitch by Caden Van Hill looks very, very good. The Sodbusters have not been able to time it. Just in this homestand, opposing starting pitchers with a very good breaking ball have given the Sodbusters the fits. 0-2 to Vega, and he goes down. 1-2-3 on the strikes. 2 up and 2 down in a row for Caden Van Hill. That's his second strikeout.
After allowing that base runner, he seems irritated as he has taken care of Delgado and Vega with minimal effort. And now we'll see if Printer can make it a 2-hit game for the Sodbusters.
Printer been struggling a little bit at the plates as he fouls that off. Did get a hit, has the only Sodbuster hits. That snapped a 4-game hitless streak for Printer, who hadn't had a hit since June the 13th on the road. His first hit of the homestand, a line drive right over the second baseman in the first. Hiltbrand still at first. He reached on a leadoff error. Breaking ball, tried the front door, and just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shadows creeping in over home plate. They've completely covered home plate right now. Van Hill brings it. Perfect pitch for strike 2. Can also be tough because that ball is illuminated in the light out of the pitcher's hand and then can disappear a little bit. So especially if it breaks at the last second, some hitters may not see it. 1-2 pitch. Printer just gets a piece off of it. Off the end of the bat, stay alive. Josh Printer at Houston Christian Division I school last spring. Hit .208 in 40 games for a Houston Christian team that went 18-31. There goes Hiltbrand, but Printer swings and misses. I'll have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout. They do. And after the leadoff error, Caden Van Hill strikes out the next 3 he faces, and the Sodbusters have nothing doing in the bottom of the 3rd. No hits, no runs, 1 left, and we'll be right back on Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Fourth inning back at Duncan Field. And Sodbusters needed to make up some room. They'll hope to get another 0 from Creighton Jacobitz on the mound. And we've solved the mystery of where are the Arkansas Tech boys? They're back home tonight. Our good friend Nick Jones getting married.
Hallelujah!
This weekend, I assume. So Sawyer Duddleston, Leo Sarnataro, and the Arkansas Tech guys going to be gone for a few days. So we give you a pass, guys. Congratulations to Nick Jones as Ice Cream Jones, one of the feature faces in Sodbuster history, and he had an excellent end to his Sodbuster career last year where he got a base hit, was taken out, and got a standing ovation here at Duncan Field. Congratulations to the Joneses, and best luck, Nick, in your future endeavors.
Very nice.
Hard hits. That's just fair inside the line. That is Bridger Coleman, who has extra bases coming. Jarvis digs it out, but it's not quick enough. Extra bases for Bridger Coleman. The 2-bagger has a leadoff base runner for the Moo.
And the Moo, given all those gifts the first couple innings, like I said, you really wanted to keep the Moo struggling, but now they're playing with the lead, they're playing free and easy, and it's going to get probably even tougher now if some of their dudes start getting it going hitting-wise.
Man, that train really coming in. Well, we got a... You feel it's shaking a little. The table over here is shaking a little bit.
Wow.
Unless we're having another little earthquake. Tyrus Petchy bats. And that one is ball 1. And you feel it's very odd.
I'm old. I can't feel stuff. Yeah, it's
this table next to me is shaking a little bit, but there is a train going by.
I believe we have 2 trains. That's the thing, because one went by one direction. We may have double trains here. That's the excitement at a 5-0 game at this point.
I mean, just an odd happening. We've had plenty. I mean, we always have trains come by here at Duncan Field. Never had them vibrate the booth a little bit, and of course, now the trains are gone, the shaking stops. Tyrus Petchy at bat. He walked and reached on a fielder's choice. So he's 0 for 1, but has been on base twice. 3-1 count from Jacobitz. That's nowhere close for ball 4. And the 9th free pass given up by Sodbuster pitching so far, and we're in the 4th inning.
And you're really hoping Jacobitz can come out and eat some innings to help out the rest of this Hastings pitching staff. And he did a good job coming in relief that last inning, and coming in a clean inning now. He's given up a double and a walk, so has to bear down here as he'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters.
Going to be Parker Mooney, the first baseman. He walked and popped out, tries to bunt it and foul. So even with the 5-0 lead, Fremont's still going to try and move those runners over via the bunt. 5 hits for Fremont, 5 runs, 2 hits for Fremont. No runs on 1 hit for Hastings. Top of the 4th inning here at Duncan. Jacobitz takes a look at both runners. Slings it in. The breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jacobitz, having his freshman year at Cloud County Community College, made 4 appearances. Had 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. In his spring ball appearance, and he pitches ball 2 downstairs, and just something in the water here at Duncan Field where Sodbusters are struggling to find the strike zone. 2-1 pitch to Parker Mooney. Down low, ball 3. We've got this game tomorrow, Fremont for another game tomorrow. Doubleheader with the Prospects on Saturday. And 1 more with the Prospects on Sunday. 3-1 pitch. Cracked foul, and that'll be a 3-2 counts now. Parker Mooney, even when he's down in the count in all 3 of his plate appearances, he has shown that he would rather swing at the bat. Pretty sure that pitch was over the zone, but we have seen him swing at pitches out of the zone when he is ahead in the count. Jacobitz comes sets with the 3-2 pitch. Runners do not go. It's inside for ball 4. Bases loaded and nobody out. We've said that before today. And we unfortunately have to say it again. And Fremont really threatening to bust it open here.
Yeah, the games have all been competitive here at Duncan Field for the most part. The Sodbusters have done great, 9-1. Haven't seen many like this, and it could get worse before it gets better.
Jacobitz trying to somehow get out of this. He gets a chase from Steven Espinoza on the fastball out of the zone. If you recall that Fremont game that was on opening day, Sodbusters struck first in the 3rd inning, and Fremont had 4 in the 4th. So similar but also dissimilar. Fremont with the 5-run lead, but they have tacked him on early. Backdoor breaking ball gets called a strike. Steven Espinoza down in the count, 0-2. Whatever you do, just don't give him something right over the plate. And he did, and it's right to Morales. Steps on the bag at 3rd, comes home. Oh, and it's out of the glove of Fred Bond. He drops the baseball, and the runner is safe at home. Bond tried to argue that he tagged it, but no, he did not have possession of that before he slid. And an unfortunate happening for the Sodbusters as they had a tailor-made double play there. Bond cannot hold on to it. A run is in, but the first out finally recorded.
Yeah, tremendous job for Dino Morales, and knew exactly what he wanted to do. Got the sure out at 3rd, had plenty of time to come home with it, and Bond just could not secure the throw with the runner bearing down on him. And another run comes home and only 1 out. If that's a double play, you have a chance to get out of this with no runs allowed. Now it's going to be tough to stop him with just 1.
Now here's Hunter Snyder, who has walked twice. Takes a big swing and a miss on the off-speed outside. No balls and 1 strike. Well, everything seeming to go the wrong way, the Sodbusters. Jacobitz goes with the off-speed again, gets another swing and a miss from Hunter Snyder. For a Sodbuster team that's they've had a couple of bad games, but again, most of them have been on the road. Swing and a miss, 3 pitches, swinging, and Snyder goes down for the 2nd out of the inning. Still 2nd and 3rd.
So chance to survive this with just one run allowed. It's weird to say, it's 6-0, but it could be much worse. Keep in mind that we saw Dino Morales make a great double play back in that first inning to help minimize the damage, and almost a similar situation in this inning.
2 outs. Here's Miles Meadows. He's also walked twice. So 0 for 0 on the day. Meadows from Fairfield, California, Solano Community College baseball team. We're at the 7th spot, 3rd time through the order. Hard hit. Printer is right there at short. Throws. It's off the bag, but Borgman with the tag, and thank goodness for the long frame of Jack Borgman to bail out his shortstop from an error and another run. Sodbusters give up a run for the 4th straight inning. It's now 6-0. We will go to the bottom of the 4th right after this.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Bottom of the 4th, back at Duncan Field. Fremont adding another in the 4th. They've now scored in all 4 innings. Sodbusters will look to try and get anything going against Fremont starter Caden Van Hill. They've only had a total of 3 base runners in the ball game, and 2 of them have reached via a walk or an error. The one lone single came by Josh Printer. In the first inning, it's Cale Jensen, Dino Morales, and Ryan Jarvis to try and get things going here, but how about the start by Caden Van Hill? Eerily similar to the first game of the Plainsman series when the Plainsman starter was mowing down the Sodbusters in order. And like we mentioned too, this is a Fremont team. This is probably fed up, losing 6 straight games, a heartbreaking, gut-wrenching defeat last night. And even with the bus issues getting here, they are running the table here in Hastings. Here's Cale Jensen, grounded out into a double play in his first inning. He is 0 for 1. Jensen had an excellent freshman season at Northeast Community College, and Jensen wave and a miss at strike 2. For the Hawks in that spring season, he led in all, and I mean all, of every offensive category for Northeast Community College. 362 average, 18 doubles, 6 home runs, 56 runs driven in, but he's down on 3 pitches. And it's the 4th strikeouts and 4th strikeout in a row for Caden Van Hill.
Caden Van Hill really locking it in, who mentioned the fact he's probably their dude to go along with the guy that they saw the other day, Dylan Dreesen. So Sodbusters are seeing the 2 best Fremont pitchers. Wish those guys could have pitched at Casper.
All you can ask is just hopefully somehow get Van Hill out of the game. Just something about him is unsolvable for the Busters right now. Dino Morales lines it into left field for a base hit. Second hit of the game, and Morales on board with a 1-out single.
Really good all-around game for Dino so far, as he's made 2 great defensive plays, and now gets in the hit parade for this Hastings team as they have rallied for big innings before. We'll see if they can just get a couple on the board here and make a little comeback.
So Dino now extends his hitting streak to 3 games. And with the 1-out base hit. Now for Ryan Jarvis, swings at the first pitch, and he's going to get a base hit into right field. Both hitters being picky early and getting on the fastball early. And 2 consecutive singles. Ryan Jarvis with his first hit. He reaches for the second time.
After 4 straight strikeouts, good to see guys have a good approach, and we'll see if Jack Borgman can break through right here. About time for Mr. Doubles to get it going again.
Borgman in a colossal slump. Perfect time to do it. Takes a strike right there. That was a hanger right over the plate, and it just doesn't seem like Jack's seen the ball well out of the pitcher's hands, and when he thinks he does, just not quite on balance, it seems like. Second hit to him. It's going to get down. Jack Borgman. Oh, he can breathe a sigh of relief. 0 for 32, and he finally breaks that streak with a base hit. And I cannot imagine what is going through his head right now. Whatever it is, Jack, hit control save on that swing. Bases loaded, 1 out on 3 consecutive singles.
And a chance to crawl right back in it against one of the better pitchers for this Fremont team. Just one at a time, Fred Bond. Let's see if he can find a way to find some green.
Fred Bond grounded out to shortstop in his only at-bats. He's picking on the first pitch as well and fouls it off that right ankle, and that'll leave a mark. Fred Bond splitting the catching duties with other Sodbusters, Matthias Kroll and Yamato Sato, but Bond's been the guy behind the plate for almost half the season. 76 innings behind the plate for Fred compared to 154 total innings for the Sodbusters. 1-1 pitch, Van Hill gets a ground ball to shortstop. They bobble it initially, and that's all they'll get is the 1 out at second. Espinoza double clutched it, getting it out of the glove. No double play. The Sodbusters are on the board as Dino Morales comes home.
So Fred Bond does get an RBI, and maybe that primes the pump. And remember, Hastings, they've had some big 2-out rallies, and not saying that the inning is going to come to an end. We'll see if Kyle Hiltbrand can find a way to get that runner home from third.
RBI fielder's choice for Fred Bond. Runners at the corners. Hiltbrand, look out. Joel Skipper almost got his head taken off there on the foul ball. Hiltbrand reached on an error. Just the last inning in the third. He's the 6th Buster to come up to the plate. Takes strike 2 downstairs. But it all started on Dino Morales' single that snapped a streak of 4 straight strikeouts, but now 4 straight have reached and put the ball in play. Hiltbrand down 0-2. Checks his swing, and a good check there. Hiltbrand about swung it, ball 1, and said he takes ball 1. Jarvis at third, Bond at first. Borgman just retired on the fielder's choice a moment ago. Down low, ball 2. Van Hill about low 80s on his fastball here tonight, about the 81 to 82 range so far. Deuce is wild. Bounced in there, and what a stop by Bridger Coleman. That one skipped a good 4 feet in front of the plates, and he wore that one too. I bet it looked like it caught him in a padless spot as well, but he just saved his team another run. Full count now. We'll give a head start to Fred Bond. Kyle's able to put one into the gap. Back in business here. See what Van Hill comes up with. And it hit him. Went with the fastball, and it was right on that arm guard of Kyle Hiltbrand. Bases juiced again, but with 2 outs.
And love to see Delgado come through. Not your stereotypical number 9 hitter. He's certainly got the capability, and this would be a big spot for him as the Hastings Sodbusters could get right back in it with a hit here.
Delgado looking for the big hits. Can they come through? This is likely one of the biggest chances the Sodbusters are going to get all game. Got to take advantage of it now. Delgado with a hit yesterday. He went 1 for 4. Takes high for ball 2. Very uncharacteristic for Caden Van Hill, who had only allowed 3 base runners in his first 3 innings. He's allowed 5 straight to reach this inning alone. Not close, 3 balls and no strikes and no place to put Alexiel.
Talked to Alexiel here a few days ago, and he said one of the things he needed to do was take more pitches, be more selective, and he has done a great job of that. Probably a take sign right here.
Cannot see any situation where he swings. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and delivers a strike. Try to throw off the motion of Caden Van Hill. The center fielder, Miles Meadow, almost playing 10 steps to the right of second base. Ball 4. Doesn't matter where they're placed. Delgado drives in a run with the walk. It's 6-2 as Ryan Jarvis comes across.
Bond on to third, Hiltbrand to second. Now you turn the order over, and a little visit to the mound here. So who'd have thought that we'd be talking about this with 1 out, nobody on in the 4th? All of a sudden, the Sodbusters getting it done again at the bottom of the order. Last couple of games, you've seen those guys down at the bottom find ways to produce. And if Hastings can get a couple of more right here, you really feel like you're right back in it.
Assistant coach Ben Asher out on the mounds. Ben Asher was the head coach for Fremont last year, and now head coach Connor McGonigal was the assistant last year. Those two guys just kind of flip-flopped their roles. But Ben Asher giving the hurry it up sign in the bullpen, at least get it rolling in the bullpen, the gesture he made out down the right field line. So Van Hill has allowed 6 straight to reach, top of the order in Drew Vega. And he's hit by a pitch. The tough way to drive in a run, but Vega takes one for the team. That's 3 runs now for the Sodbusters with 2 outs.
You know, sometimes baseball's really pretty, and then there's today. Man, you just saw Fremont, the recipient of a lot of free passes, and Fremont is saying, here, get yourself right back in the game, and Josh Printer's got a hit today, the 9th man to bat in the order.
What can Printer do? Well, he'll take ball 1 to start things off. This looks like a completely different Caden Van Hill this inning. He is have his wheels turning now. Printer takes ball 2 downstairs. Printer 1 for 2 has 1 of the 4 Sodbuster hits. 3 of them have come this inning. But it's been fielder's choice, hit by pitch, walk, and hit by pitch since the last hit. Printer to the shortstop, gobbled up by Espinoza, flips the short way to second in time for the outs. Well, the Sodbusters are back in it, though. When it looked like Fremont was going to keep cruising, Busters cut the lead in half from 6-0. Now to 6-3, and we will try to keep that the case and get a few more. After this, we'll be right back with the 5th inning on Buster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. It is Sodbuster Baseball as Hastings feels like they're a part of this one now, giving up the first 6, but they've scored the last 3, and really needing to put a 0 on the board. Creighton Jacobitz, he's worked an inning and 2/3, going to be facing 8, 9, and 1. Hastings giving Fremont all kinds of chances early on. They took advantage, and then the Sodbusters, they were able to take advantage of the wildness of Caden Van Hill. Have you ever seen a guy lose it that quickly? 4 straight strikeouts, then single, fielder's choice, hit batsman, walk, hit batsman as the Sodbusters rally for 3. And probably about the hardest hit ball was off the bat of Josh Printer there, and that turned into the last out on a fielder's choice grounder. First pitch, strike one to Dean Reynolds. Reynolds is 1 for 2, singled his last time up, and for Dean, just his second hit of the year. He was 1 for 33 coming into today, and swings and misses here. He's down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Dean, much like Jack Borgman of Hastings in a major slump, so I'm sure he was happy to get that single his last time up. 0-2 delivery. Outside for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dean Reynolds for Fremont. Reynolds, one of the guys from Columbia University. These guys can talk physics and all sorts of stuff, I'm sure. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Creighton Jacobitz takes care of Reynolds, and the beer batter is successful here today. And there's 1 out in the 5th inning with the Sodbusters trailing 6-3.
Be right back, Steve. I have to go do something.
Yeah, Dylan Brandenburg now. A sacrifice fly his last time up into foul territory, and a great play from Kyle Hiltbrand. He's also grounded out 0 for 2, one of the few Moo who have not reached today, and he lofts this one high in the air, left center field. It should be playable, and Ryan Jarvis slides over and makes the catch. He covers a lot of ground out there. Love his left field play, and he's also solid first baseman. 2 up, 2 down for the top of the order, Trey Brooks.
Get the third out right here and put the pressure right back on the Moo, who have struggled in that last half inning. Keep pouring it on if you can.
And after yesterday, you know, Fremont can't be real comfortable with any kind of lead. They had a lead in the 8th and gave up a touchdown, gave up a 7-run 8th inning. Bouncing ball left side. It's right at Dino Morales. He'll set. He'll fire in time. 1, 2, 3. There you go, Creighton Jacobitz. Settle this game down. Put a 0 on the board and get the Busters right back to work. We head to the bottom half of inning number 5. It's Fremont 6, Hastings 3. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Sodbuster Baseball is right at the bottom half of inning number 5, trying to put the heat right back on Caden Van Hill, and you love the effort of Creighton Jacobitz, throwing only 7 pitches to retire Fremont at the top of the inning. Van Hill probably hadn't even hardly caught his breath after he threw 26 of his 63 pitches that last frame. So Hastings, interesting to see if they take a couple of pitches, although it was early swinging that got the singles, and Dina Morales will try to start things off for the Hastings Sodbusters. Actually, it's going to be Cale Jensen, then Morales, and Jarvis for the Sodbusters. Jensen, remember, he was a strikeout victim to begin the inning, but then Sodbusters would have their next 3 reach on singles, a fielder's choice grounder, and then a hit batsman, walk, hit batsman. And in the end, 3 runs would come home as the deficit cut in half, 6-3. Fremont on top of Hastings, and after the Sodbusters put up 15 yesterday, they feel like they can score with Fremont. Just got to be patient and swing at the pitches that Van Hill gives you, and this first one out of the zone for Cale Jensen. Jensen, the 4th straight strikeout victim by Van Hill, but then the wheels fell off. Hard hit ball, but right at the first baseman. Good play there. Backing up Parker Mooney, he'll step on the bag, and 1 out here in the 5th inning of a 6-3 contest.
Yeah, it's about as hard as you can hit it right there, but when there's a guy right there, you just have to tip your cap and hit it a little farther to the right next time.
And yet maybe seeing these Sodbusters see the pitch from Caden Van Hill a little better. Like I say, Printer's last at bat to end the 4th inning was a solidly struck ball, but right at the shortstop. Here's Dino Morales, 1 for 2 on the day with solid defense in his pocket as well, and takes this one right over the head. And Dino ahead of the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
Here's some fans down in the stand saying, wear it. You wear that.
Yeah.
You wear that right in the head. I dare you.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
Nope. Well, I probably would because I would not have had the reflexes to get out of the way. That one a little closer, but a little softer, and he also ducks out of the way of that one. So I would have worn it. I probably wouldn't have even moved. I doubt if I'd have been able to see it.
I thought you were going to go with, I'm just going to get hit in the head so I don't have to play anymore. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, interesting thought.
3-0 delivery. That would be my best way, the best opportunity to get on base, hit by pitch.
Yep.
Except, old brittle bones. They hit him right on the side. Broken hip. He's done. 3-1 delivery is outside ball 4. Dino Morales, 1 out base runner, and this is where it began last inning. Soundbusters put 3 on the board. We'll see if they can get it going again.
Other games in the Independence League live now. Plainsman and Casper just getting underway, and Spearfish and Oahe, they're just some run-producing machines this early on. It's already 5-3 Spearfish in just the 3rd inning, but still scoreless in the Plainsman game, albeit that one's just in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, wacky baseball yesterday. Casper put up 7 runs in the 8th of their contest. Oahe scored 7 in the 8th to beat Spearfish 14-10, and of course here, we were the witness to an 8-run inning, and it looks like this could be it for Caden Van Hill. So there'll be a pitching change for the Fremont MOO with the Sodbusters threatening and trailing 6-3. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Well, with 1 out in the 4th inning, you're thinking, is Caden Van Hill going to go the distance? He had just struck out his 4th in a row, but an inning later, the Sodbusters knock him out of the game as he just kind of lost it. Caden Van Hill throws 70 pitches, just 42 of them for strikes, and after that last base on balls, his 3rd, he also had a couple of hit batsmen, and the Sodbusters will have an opportunity to get to the bullpen here against the Fremont MOO as Brant Phillips, 6'3", 200-pounder out of Fremont High School and Hutchinson Community College. 0-0, a 7.3 ERA, making his 5th appearance in 6 2/3. He's allowed 9 runs, 8 of them earned on 9 hits, struck out 12 and walked 10. So, I thought Hill, a 6-run lead, that's probably money. I'm sure Fremont did too, but all of a sudden, 1 on, 1 out, and the Hastings Sodbusters certainly not out of this one on the home field. They've liked the home field magic. 9 out of 10 have gone in the Hastings column here in this first half of the Independence League schedule.
Brent Phillips looking for a scoreless outing today. He has given up at least 1 run in each of his 4 outings and has walked at least 2 in each of those 2s, 10 walks to 12 strikeouts, and 9 total runs in his 4 appearances. So Sodbusters have the right guy that they want to pick on, but we'll see what Brant Phillips can offer.
So 10 walks issued by Sodbuster pitchers so far, 3 for Fremont. We've also seen our share of hit batsmen in the game. As the first pitch, taken on the inside corner for strike 1, no balls and a strike on Ryan Jarvis, who singled his last time up. He is 1 for 1. Jarvis stands in the left-handed box. Dino Morales leads away from first with the Busters trailing it by 3. Pitch swung on and missed as Jarvis going to have to battle down 0-2. Ryan Jarvis had that 3-hit game Saturday against the Moo with an RBI as Hastings won the first game of that doubleheader and then came back to sweep it. Pitch taken upstairs, 1-2 on Jarvis. A good take there for Jarvis to not get strike 3. Sodbusters winning it game back on June 15th, 3-1, with Jarvis a third of the Busters' hits in that contest. So Brant trying to settle things down here, and this one is looped towards center field. Base hit. Sodbusters go back-to-back hits, or I should say a walk and a hit. Back-to-back base runners with Morales and Jarvis. Borgman had a single his last time up. See if he can repeat that and keep the pressure on this Fremont team.
Excellent hitting with 2 strikes. We know Ryan Jarvis likes to swing and swing hard, but just thinking about that 2-strike approach, not trying to do too much with it and just send it softly into center field.
Sodbusters trail at 6-2 despite out-hitting Fremont 5-3 as Jack Borgman takes ball 1. 1-0 the count on Jack Borgman, another of the guys from Northeast Community College. 0-1 delivery, doesn't go after one. Up out of the zone. The count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. It's Jack Borgman. Runners at first and second. Sodbusters trying to keep the pressure on. Here's the pitch. Well, that's called a strike. Jack doesn't think so as he shakes his head back and forth. The umpiring crew today, Daniel Roth and Kurt Schmidt, and now Borgman going to have to battle as he stands in that right-handed box. 2 on, just 1 out. Sodbusters have chased the starter for Fremont. And that pitch misses. Good battle going on here. Borgman trying to find a way. Looks down at his third base coach. That's head coach Joel Skipper. Corey Caranda coaches at first. 3-1 delivery. I should say the 2-2 delivery is missing, and it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jack Borgman. A pop-up his first time up, a single, but then was erased on a fielder's choice grounder. 3-2 delivery, bouncing ball back up the middle. The shortstop's got it, goes to second, bobbled, mishandled. Everybody's going to be safe. Really weird angle there for Steven Espinoza, and he tried to soft toss it to Hunter Snyder. Snyder couldn't get to it. Everybody's going to be safe. They'll rule that an error as Borgman aboard on the fielder's choice. Jarvis reaches second on, I don't know who they'll give it to, shortstop or second baseman. Probably a low throw, but maybe should have had it.
I mean, if I'm scoring at second baseman right there, Hunter Snyder had it in his glove. It just popped out. Kind of the similar situation with Fred Bonnet, home plate. Had it and just popped out, so we'll officially see.
Fred Bond steps to the plate now. Big chance here with the bases loaded. He drove in a run in this similar situation. Pops this one up. Short right field. That is playable. Is it deep enough to score the run? It is not. Morales holds up, and now it's going to be up to Kyle Hiltbrand to try to continue the innings. A big second out there as Bond could not get it deep enough to get a sac fly. There's bases loaded with 2 outs now.
I understand why you hold the runner there, but just with all the momentum you have and just make Trey Brooks out in right field, make a play. You know, can argue both ways there, but definitely very shallow, would have been a risky send.
2 outs in the inning now, and Hiltbrand's first pitch swinging, grounds it to the right side. Second baseman's got it, throws to first in time, and the Sodbusters are turned away. I thought maybe that had enough legs to sneak through. Hunter Snyder hustled over and throws out Kyle Hiltbrand, and in all of that, nothing happening. As the Busters, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 men left. And we head to the 6th inning. It's Fremont 6 and Hastings 3. And this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Head to the 6th inning. The Hastings Sodbusters are on the short end of a 6-3 contest, and we'll take you back to Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. We are going to get another inning out of Creighton Jacobitz. On for his third full inning. He came on with just one out in the third inning. We're now in the top of the 6th. Sodbusters squandering a pretty good opportunity to get some more back in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Bases loaded, one out. You got a fly out to right field. You can't bring a run home on the sac fly. And then your last at bat, Kyle Hiltbrand put it in a pretty good spot, just could not quite beat the wrap at first base. Bridger Coleman, Tyrus Pecci, and Parker Mooney, 2, 3, and 4, due up for Fremont. Coleman had a double to lead off the 4th inning against Jacobitz, and he takes a strike on the very outside edge for strike 1. So Jacobitz has pitched nicely so far as he pulls the string there, and Coleman comes up empty. Final line on Adam DeBoer for tonight, when after Jacobitz pitched that last inning, was 2 1/3 innings, no hits, 5 runs, 8 walks, and a strikeout. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, and it catches the back door for strike 3. 3 pitches. See you later.
Really good pitch sequence there for Creighton Jacobitz, and the Sodbusters get the first out. Jacobitz in a nice little run, trying to put zeros on the board and allow the offense to come back.
Now 3 total innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Grounded to third, Morales. The long throw, the gun. Doesn't miss. Dino Morales, Mr. Automatic at third base, makes another excellent play.
He is fun. And this, I'm not saying it's the Sodbusters' best infield, but it's my favorite infield. I love watching Morales play at third. Printer's got a great glove at short, and Vega's turned into a nice second baseman. It's been fun to watch, to go along with Borgman, who saves his team a lot over at first with his length and ability to dig.
Just rock solid Sodbuster infield, as it's been so often this season. 0-1 pitch, now 1 ball and 1 strike to Parker Mooney. Jacobitz trying to work a quick 1-2-3 inning. As a matter of fact, the Sodbusters just with 21 errors in 18 games, so just about an error a game, which at this level is pretty good. 2 balls and 1 strike to Parker Mooney. He is 0 for 1, has walked twice and popped out. He's now down to his last strike. Jacobitz a strike away, working on his home field. Look out. That's a breaking ball that's almost hit him. Tried to sneak it in the front door there. Now a payoff pitch from Jacobitz. Grounded at the opposite side, but just foul down the left field line. Sodbusters trying to come back and extend their winning streak to 7 games and catch the Casper Spuds for first place in the Independence League. Payoff once again. Roped foul down the right field side this time towards the concession stand. And we'll do it again. Jacobitz in his outing, keeping the pitch count relatively low. He's approaching 50 pitches. Again, he was a starter in high school, so used to those high pitch counts. Look out, that one high and tight. And a base runner, a walk for Parker Mooney, and that snaps a streak of 7 straight retired by Creighton Jacobitz. It'll be up to Steven Espinoza to keep the line going now, and for Fremont, who was potent on the offensive side through 4 innings, in danger of putting a goose egg up for the second straight. Pitch is a called strike to Espinoza. Drove home the game's first run with a walk in the first inning. Since then, he has flown out and reached on a fielder's choice. A 1 in the turf. Good block by Fred Bond to keep the runner at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. So that was Creighton's 50th pitch of the outing. Try to get as much as they can around with him, and besides his last 2 batters, has looked very good. No action in the Sodbuster bullpen. Everybody sitting and watching. Out down the left field side. 2-1 Espinoza. Slashed foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one headed towards a vehicle. Now deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jacobitz long look at first. Delivers home. Tried the off speed on the back door and misses. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fremont's only had 2 hits in the contest so far, but they have been walked 10 times. Throw it over the plate, make him hit it. And over the plate that time, but low for ball 4. Back to back. 2 out walks for Creighton Jacobitz. And Sodbusters having trouble with the command here in this game. Now the 12th walk issued by Buster pitchers.
Like it was going to be an easy inning. 3-pitch strikeout, 1-pitch ground out. So you're 2 outs, 4 pitches in, and then he's gone 3-2 to the last 2 and walked them both.
First pitch in there on the low inner corner for Hunter Snyder. And it is no balls and 1 strike. Pitch, wave and a miss. And pardon, we're actually going to have a pinch hitter coming up. This is Connor Peterson batting in the place of Hunter Snyder. The 0-2 pitch, and that hit him. And when it goes bad, it goes bad. Now 3 straight free passes. And according to our game changer, it showed up that Peterson was already 0 for 1, so perhaps he pinch hit already last inning too. So Peterson is aboard. Mooney moves to third, Espinoza to second. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Miles Meadows. Breaking ball finds the zone for strike 1. I mean, how many times have the Sodbusters been in the opposite role of this? Had the first 2 outs of the inning quickly. Can name the Plainsman first game, for example, the 8th and the 9th inning. Good breaking ball to get the count 0-2. Sodbusters in those games had the first 2 out in the 8th and 9th inning, but were able to string across runs after that. Fremont trying to do the same thing. 0-2. Line drive, and on a short hop by Vega, he flips to second for the out. The Sodbuster defense bails him out again. Drew Vega, full out dive, snags it and feeds, Printer covering. And after all of that chaos, Fremont does not score. In the inning, no runs, no hits, 3 left on base for the Moo. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the Busters looking to get some runs. We'll be right back.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Bottom of the 6th inning. And it's the bottom of the order. 9-1-2 due up for the Sodbusters. So both teams not able to push across any runs, even though both teams had the bases loaded in their last at-bats. So for Fremont, Phillips back out on the mound. He spikes a pitch down in the turf low to Alexiel Delgado. Delgado drove home a run on a walk, the game's second run in the fourth inning. Swings and misses at the breaking ball there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Delgado 0 for 1 with the strikeout and the aforementioned walk. 1-1 pitch to Delgado. Grounded foul. Steve, I see you're looking at it. Go ahead and break everyone's hearts here.
Casper 5, Plainsman nothing. As that game continues in Casper, really hoping for a Plainsman victory there. And with this score, Sodbusters could be down by 3 games. That's only in the 3rd inning. And then Spearfish leads the Sasquatch 6-3.
That would make it really tough for the Sodbusters, as they would only have 4 games left in that stretch before the first half ends. The 1 game tomorrow, the 2 on Saturday, and then the 1 on Sunday. So that means pretty much if both of these scores hold, Hastings would have to win out and Casper would have to lose out. Softly hit off the fist by Delgado and picked up easily at first by Parker Mooney, who steps on the bag for out number 1.
Really good pitch for Phillips there. Just sawed him off right off the handle, and Delgado no chance. Just kind of a defensive swing and back to the top of the order for Vegas. So, yep, not looking good, but you just can't watch the scoreboard. Come out and play and do what you can do in this contest. That game yesterday that Fremont didn't win is going to be a big thorn in the side for Hastings if they can't come back.
Ground ball in the first pitch by Drew Vega, making the play over at third, and what a scoop. Dylan Brandenburg threw a lawn dart, but Parker Mooney digs it out for the second out.
Yep, we've talked about the prowess of Jack Borgman at first digging balls out. Parker Mooney saving his third baseman in there. It's been kind of a tough day. We saw Brandenburg earlier in the week, and he looked so solid at third, but he's had a couple of plays where he's just been a little tentative.
So now it's up to Josh Printer with 2 outs. He's swinging first pitch. Lines it into center, and should be no problem for Miles Meadows, who makes the grab, and the Sodbusters go down quickly in the 6th inning. Nobody doing much. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Busters set down in order after 6 complete, 6-3, Fremont.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
There's our uniform race. Third base winner. Young Lady Rowan winning the contest here, and other young man has to avoid being smoked by a Creighton Jacobist fastball. I think there's a reason they used to do it. You had to touch home plates. Obviously, good reason why you don't do it now. But speaking of, that spoils it. Jacobitz, back out for another inning. And like we mentioned, he's a starter and set to go a long ways if possible. And only the second Sodbuster pitcher, but this will take Jacobitz out with his pitch count for at least the next 2 days. With pitch count rules in the Independence League, anything over 35 pitches, you have to rest at least 1 day. And then I think it's about the 35 to 70 range. You're out for 2 days, and then it goes on past that. But Jacobitz and DeBoer for sure going to have at least a couple of days off. But Jacobitz has done well. Only given up 1 run in his outing so far, which came in the 4th inning. Made things a little tricky for himself in the 6th inning, but weaved his way out of trouble with Fremont threatening to get on the board some more. Dean Reynolds will bat for the 4th time to lead things off. The beer batter takes ball 1 down low. Reynolds, a disastrous start to the season, picks up his 2nd hit today. He is 1 for 3 with the single. 1-0, hits right to Drew Vega at 2nd. Throws over to first, easy peasy. 1 up, 1 down.
That's routine. The play he made to end last inning, an amazing diving stop. He wasn't sure if he caught it in the air or short hopped it, so made sure, got up, threw it to Printer. And that coming with 2 outs and the bases loaded, that makes that kind of play even more difficult because, it's probably 2 runs if you don't make that play.
Absolutely. So it's still a manageable game for the Sodbusters, but just running out of outs. We're in the 7th now. Both teams with 9 outs left to go before this one is over. We've got some Little League kids running up and down the stands, starting a little wave here at Duncan Field. I haven't seen that one in a while. You can kind of see them at the bottom of your screen there running by. Good stuff. The 9th hole hitter, Dylan Brandenburg, bats.
If you have an opportunity, come out and watch some Sodbuster baseball. It is just, it's like minor league feel. They have so many contests, really make it a show. Plus, it's fun baseball this year, and the Sodbusters are playing well at home. If you're in the Hastings area, good chance to get out and see the Sodbusters the rest of this week.
That one is down low. If you're not familiar, too, with Flood Communications, Wheeler Dealer, a lot of good deals on it's almost like Groupon for the Tri-Cities. If you need a reason to buy some tickets, there's ball 4 to Dylan Brandenburg. Wheeler Dealer got Sodbuster tickets on sale for a discount. So you can't even say it's too expensive to come to a baseball game because it's not if you buy your tickets on Wheeler Dealer. So bases on balls for Dylan Brandenburg. And he's there with 1 out. Back to the top of the order for the 5th time in Trey Brooks. Brooks, big swing and a miss for strike 1. Brooks was hit by a pitch in his first 2 at-bat. His first 2 time around the bases were identical. Got hit by a pitch, advanced to 2nd and 3rd on wild pitches, and ended up coming to score. Since then, he has struck out and grounded out, and Jacobitz is ahead of him, 0-2. Reynolds started off the inning with a ground out. Brandenburg walked, swing and a miss, tied him up. And expanding the zone, Trey Brooks, and another punch out for Jacobitz for the 2nd out.
Fremont wasn't a good hitting team coming in. They're still not a good hitting team as it's team batting average of .221. They still have only 2 hits, but 13 base on balls, 3 hit batsmen. Gonna cost you most days, and it very well could today unless the Sodbusters can rally.
Pitch is in there for a strike to Bridger Coleman. Looking a lot better by Jacobitz now. For reference, the Moo had almost struck out twice as much as they had walked coming into the game. That is going to change a lot now. 187 Ks to 99 walks. Ground ball to Vega again. He flips the easy way to Josh Printer to 2nd. And the 1-out walk does nothing for the Fremont Moo. 3 consecutive zeros put on the board by Sodbuster pitching. It's time to get it going, fellas. Time running out. We'll stretch at Duncan Field, and we'll be right back.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
7th inning. Getting late here at Duncan Field. 8:30 time. Just about 2 hours of game time into the books. Get another look at Brant Phillips on the bump for the Fremont Moo. He has hung a couple of zeros in his relief appearance. He has pitched 2 full innings. He dodged trouble in the 5th. Sodbusters had the bases loaded with 1 out, could not score. And then he set down the Sodbusters 1-2-3 last inning. 3, 4, and 5 due up. Cale Jensen, Dino Morales, and Ryan Jarvis. 6-3 Fremont. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein. Pleasure having you here on this Thursday evening. First pitch to Jarvis is away for ball 1. Seen Ryan Jarvis's plate discipline increase a little bit more in the recent going. And excuse me, this is Cale Jensen. I don't know where I got, I guess 2 right-handed or 2 left-handed hitters. So Jensen bats. Jarvis will be due up 3rd in the order. Cale Jensen ahead in the count 2-0 against Phillips. Takes high for ball 3. Cale Jensen, traditionally a pull hitter. Got Miles Meadows out in center field, slightly shaded over. The infield pretty much at normal depth and normal positioning. But it won't matter if Phillips can't throw a strike here. Ask and ye shall receive. Jensen almost hit by the pitch. But it's a 4-pitch walk. And the Busters have the leadoff man on once again.
This game's certainly not over. You mentioned the fact that the relief pitcher in there has struggled, Brant Phillips. 10 walks to go along with the 12 strikeouts in his 4 appearances, basically averaging almost 2 walks an inning. So I feel like if you're patient, certainly 3 runs, not insurmountable.
And to fact check myself, that's only the 2nd time the Sodbusters have got the leadoff runner on. Pitch is up high, ball 5 to Dino Morales. Dino has had a good day. He's been on twice. Got robbed of a hit in the 2nd inning. That one back to the screen. No chance for Coleman to snag that one. On to second is Jensen in the wild pitch.
Isn't it weird? Last inning, it looked like Brant Phillips could just throw strikes all day, set Sodbusters with a minimum of issues, and now 6 straight walks. It's kind of like Caden Van Hill. Caden Van Hill struck out 4 in a row and then had a heck of a time making it through that inning and then was lifted in the next. We've also seen Sodbuster pitchers struggle today with the start today for Adam, and Jacobitz has been in and out of the zone, but he's been able to battle through to continue to put zeros on the board, and those zeros looking larger and larger because Hastings has an opportunity here in the final 3 at-bats.
So after a visit by a few of the infielders, Morales steps back in with the 2-ball, no-strike counts. Pitch to him, high and tight, ball 3, ball 7. Still yet to find the strike zone this inning. So Phillips trying to settle down. It's really similar to DeBoer, and Morales spins out of the way. 8 consecutive balls for Brant Phillips, and going to have a visit to the mound by his assistant coach Ben Asher before Ryan Jarvis gets an at-bat. He's going to make sure he can go out to the mound with the home plate umpire. And he will go out, have a chat. Has not signaled to the bullpen yet, but just been the odd innings. The first inning saw some problems for Phillips. Last inning, easy 1-2-3 inning. And now 2 consecutive free passes. The name of the game of this one has been walks. And you hate to say that because walks are not fun. And unless you're the team being walked, they don't help you either. To put it in perspective, 13 walks for Sodbuster pitchers, 3 wild pitches, 3 hit batters. And now for Fremont, 5 walks, 2 hit batters, and a wild pitch. So obviously Hastings has had the brutal end of it, but it's just shocking that this is still a manageable game.
It's only 6-3 because there's only been 7 hits in the game and 2 for Fremont despite their 6 runs.
Probably we're talking about a 3-1 game if Sodbuster pitchers can find it over the plate just with 2 hits. You're not going to see much on the offensive category. Now it's Ryan Jarvis. Was so excited to see him come up earlier. He looks like he's being asked to bunt. First baseman crashing. Jarvis pulls back On another ball, they're going to snap throw to second, and just back in safely is Cale Jensen. And with that missing high, that is 10 straight misses.
The bunt
Brant
is.
Phillips.
Oh, I'm sorry. The bunt is on, but Jarvis, he's got to be taking a strike right here. He cannot offer at this.
And there finally is a strike, and doesn't offer at it. It is one less pitch that you have to bunt at now, but 10 straight misses, you got to see a pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Way high for ball 3. And just with how wild Phillips has been, Sodbusters are wisely getting big secondary leads, obviously not as big anymore as Bridger Coleman almost back to pick Cale Jensen a few pitches ago. 3-1. Jarvis can't get it down and fouls it off. Trying a little too hard to push it to the left side with nobody covering that side. You got Parker Mooney, the first baseman, attempting to field the throw. And the third baseman, Dylan Brandenburg, playing on the grass. So they're going to ask the pitcher to field it. Well, let's see if Jarvis is bunting. He's not, and he swings and misses at strike 3 for the first out.
Really tough go there, and Jarvis, when he was trying to bunt, he may have tried to bunt at ball 4 there on that 3-1 opportunity, and that's unfortunate. And now it's back to a manageable situation for this Fremont team.
With 2 runners on, the tying run is at the plate. Good stop there. Bridger Coleman snags one that's almost went back to the screen. It's Jack Borgman, 1 for 3 today, his first hit in 2.5 weeks. Coming tonight, that was back in the 4th inning. Big opportunity here, and that one high and outside for ball 2. So only a total of 3 strikes thrown so far this inning, and all 3 of them have been to Ryan Jarvis. 2-0, generous outside corner call, and Borgman mutters something under his breath. 2 balls and 1 strike. 6-3 the score. Sunbusters trying to get anything going here. Look out, there goes the lumber. And Borgman looks at his hands and wondering how that happens.
If the ball would have gone with it, that's an RBI single, maybe a double down the left field line. And of course, it needed to be fair, but it landed about 10 feet beyond third base in foul territory. And now he'll try to reset a little bit. You mentioned the pitching prowess or lack thereof, as Phillips now has thrown 38 pitches, half of them for strikes.
As you may notice, Jack Borgman, one of the few brave souls that do not wear batting gloves. And that one slipped out of his hands. You got to hope that doesn't beat any of his confidence in swinging here. 2-2, strike 3, and Borgman knew it. Good front door breaking ball, caught him looking. The Sodbusters 1 out away from squandering another chance to score.
Brant Phillips, nice comeback. He got that big strike out of Jarvis, and then good pitch sequence to Bergman and Fred Bond. Sodbusters have picked each other up with 2 outs during the course of this year. Let's see if they can keep it going tonight.
2 outs now after the first 2 reached. Jensen, and it's a balk. We'll take that. Cale Jensen bluffing off second base. Got a flinch out of the pitcher. Brant Phillips, now it's second and third, and a base hit can make things interesting. And it's up to Fred Bond. Bond drove home a run on a fielder's choice. He grounds it to the left side. And the play over at first is in time, and Bond, not too happy with himself, throws the helmet down the line. The Sodbusters cannot cash in with 2 runners on. That is now 10 men left on base in the ballgame. And another 0 hung up. Both teams scoreless since the 4th inning. And we go to the 8th inning with it still 6-4.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
We just had a wipeout in the Dizzy Bat race. All 4 contestants taking a spill. Some college students in here for that game. Love it. Unfortunately, the Sodbusters have almost looked like that as well. They look dizzy with runners in scoring position opportunities. They've now left 10 on base, and it could be a whole lot different. I mean, this is almost as wacky as the Plainsman game. Just so many things could have been, but left to be desired. No score as we give it back to Steve Stein for the top of the 8th inning.
Creighton Jacobitz, a nice relief outing going for him. Asked to go a little bit longer, as we've mentioned before. Jacobitz, a guy who was used to starting in high school, was exclusively a relief pitcher at Cloud County Community College, and he said he'd pretty much do what he needed to do to help the team. And today it's been long relief after the struggles for starter Adam DeBoer. And he has come on and done a really nice job. Creighton Jacobitz, the left-hander, to face Tyrus Pecci, DH. And this pitch is over but low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Tyrus Pecci. He's 0 for 2. He's got an RBI and a run scored. He's walked twice. 2 of the 13 walks issued by Hastings pitchers today to go along with a 3-hit batsman. So lots of free passes. Still only 2 hits for Fremont, yet they lead it 6-3. Sodbusters have missed some opportunities. First and second, nobody out in the bottom of that 7th inning and could not get anything going. 2-1 the count now on Pecci as he stands in, and the delivery from Jacobitz is drilled foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tyrus Pecci. Pecci didn't play against the Sodbusters in the season opener and since had gone 0 for 5 coming into today, so now 0 for 7 against Hastings pitching, which has done an amazing job against this Fremont team. Pecci pops this one up into right field. Kyle Hiltbrandt's got a beat on it, and there's 1 man out here in inning number 8. Parker Mooney will come to the bat next for Fremont. Fremont hitting just .217 against the Sodbusters this year. Hastings .267 against Fremont. Team ERAs both really good against one another. Hastings 1.69 against the MOO. Drag bunt could be tough. No man's land. Borgman will have no one to pitch it to. And oh my goodness, the home plate umpire, or I should say the field umpire, collides with Drew Vega, who was over trying to cover. Home plate, the field umpire was going to try to get a good angle on that call. The Sodbusters had Borgman. He was going to try to get it to Jacobitz. Jacobitz had no chance to get to first in just one of those baseball plays, and you're just hoping Drew Vega is okay. As the umpiring crew today, Daniel Roth and Kurt Schmidt, I don't know if I've ever seen that happen. Field umpire was trying to get in a position to make a call. He didn't think a second baseman was coming. He was more worried about staying out of the way of the pitcher and the first baseman. When all is said and done, it's an infield single and 1 man out and a foul ball, and Vega got the worst end of that. He up and is apparently okay. No balls and a strike after the infield single from Parker Mooney. Steven Espinoza is at the plate trying to move him on. Perfect drag bunt. Once it got by the pitcher and Jacobitz had no chance to get it, Borgman got there, but he couldn't win the race back to the bag. And a weird play for the 3rd hit of the game for the Fremont MOO as the pitch is inside. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Steven Espinoza here in the 8th inning. A big insurance run out there for Fremont as they try to add to a 6-3 lead as Jacobitz works out of the stretch and outside for ball 3. Creighton Jacobitz, Adams Central product, has had a solid relief outing. 5 innings, allowing 1 run on 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, but 5 walks. Again, walks have been an issue today. Hard hit ball to left field. Jarvis goes back a few steps, makes the play, and retreating to first will be Mooney. Espinoza retired here, and there are 2 outs for Connor Peterson. It's Steve Stein. It's Ryan Valenta from Duncan Field, where the Hastings Sodbusters have won 9 out of 10, but in danger of losing for the first time in 7 games. 6-game winning streak coming in on this one. Pitch misses outside for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes on Connor Peterson, who's batting for the 3rd time today. Came in as a pinch hitter for Hunter Snyder. Pitch taken upstairs for ball 2. 2-0 on Peterson. 6-3 Fremont, visiting half of the 8th inning. Creighton Jacobitz puts it on the inside corner for a strike. 2-1 on Jacobitz. Creighton still figuring out his college plans. He's at Cloud County, potential accounting major and maybe ag business as well. His big swing, no contact, 2-2 on Peterson. Wants to be a commodity trader at some point in the future, but would like to play some baseball between now and then. 2-2 delivery. Swing and a foul ball. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Connor Peterson. Runner at first with an infield single. Parker Mooney had a nice little drag bunt. One of the weirdest baseball plays you've ever seen as a field umpire crashed in to the second baseman, Drew Vega. Delivery, and it's grounded to the third baseman. Dino Morales sets, fires in time. Dino has been Mr. Automatic over at the hot corner today. And another 0 on the board for Creighton Jacobitz and the Hastings Sodbusters, who head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Hastings trailing at 6-3. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. We head to the bottom of the 8th, and the Sodbusters are going to see a new pitcher here as Hastings trails at 6-3. Alex Oliver, 6'3", 180-pounder out of CSU Pueblo. The Thunderwolves went 29-23 in NCAA Division II ball. He's out of Grove, Oklahoma, making his 6th appearance in 8 1/3. He's allowed no runs, 3 hits, struck out 13, and walked 2. So you really felt like you needed to get Brant Phillips. He was the guy that had the worst numbers, and this is one of their dudes. 2 saves, a 0 ERA, right-hander, and the Sodbusters are going to have to get it down to the bottom of the order. 8-9-1 here in inning number 8.
Going to be, like you said, going to be making 6th appearance, and Oliver has been excellent. Has only given up 1 hit in 3 of his outings. The other ones have been perfect. 2 walks, 13 strikeouts. And like you mentioned, the 0 ERA, opponents hitting just 103. And those 31 batters, just 3 hits and 31 batters faced for Alex Oliver. He is going to be a tough customer on the mound.
And I know it was interesting, the radio broadcaster for Fremont was asking specifically about Oliver, about our flight scope, if we can get the speed, because he's trying to get a speed documentation as he goes back to college to see how fast he's throwing. Wants to let his college coaches know, so we'll see if we can see how fast he does throw as he'll face Hiltbrandt, Delgado, and Vega here in inning number 8. Sodbusters down to their final 6 outs, trailing at 6-3, despite out-hitting Fremont 5-3. Pitch is low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Kyle Hiltbrandt. It's been a day that Sodbusters have certainly had their opportunities. Double digits in runners left on. Of course, so does Fremont. This had all the makings of being a 14-13 kind of game if either team had any kind of offensive prowess in terms of hitting today, but it's not been a big hitting day, just a lot of walks, a lot of hit batsmen. Pitch is bounced back up the middle. Espinoza comes over, gets it behind second base, and makes a nice throw. Espinoza, other than that one little hiccup thrown to second, he has been rock solid at the shortstop position. 1 up, 1 down for the Hastings Sodbusters as Kyle Hiltbrandt is 0 for 3 on the day. Alexiel Delgado comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Sodbusters have 3 runs, but they left some runs out there. Here's a chopper in front of home plate. Second baseman got it. Bare hand. Safe. Infield single. Good job hustling down the line for Alexiel Delgado. Good play for Connor Peterson, who barehanded it right in front of the second base bag. That was his only chance, but still an infield single.
Well, good thing I'm not the field umpire. I had out on the bang-bang play. We'll take it. That was just the pure speed by Delgado. An excellent play by Snyder to barehand it and make it a close play.
As the pitch comes in, it's outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. They did have a defensive adjustment. Connor Peterson, who did bat for Snyder, is now playing second base out there for the Fremont MOO. And the top of the order, Drew Vega up for the Hastings Sodbusters. And the pitch is popped foul and out of play, 1-1. We're in the home half of the 8th inning. It's getting late. Sodbusters down to their final 5 outs. Get a couple here, and you feel good about things heading into the 9th. Nothing across for Fremont since the 4th. They scored their first 4 frames, but have been shut down since. Pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. Drew Vega, he seems no worse for wear after having a huge collision with the field umpire on an odd play on that infield single from Parker Mooney last half inning. If you have a chance to go back and watch that on YouTube, it's not pretty. Bouncing ball in the hole, tough play, and infield single. Good play for Espinoza to even get there, but way too much speed for Drew Vega, and back-to-back infield singles, and all of a sudden 2, 3, 4 coming up with first and second, and only 1 man out for the Sodbusters.
Putting them where they ain't. I mean, that's the name of the game, especially with this excellent pitcher on the mound. And with that hit, Drew Vega now a hit in 6 straight games for the Busters.
And here's Josh Printer, who had a single back in the first inning. Nothing since. He's 1 for 4 and takes the pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Haven't really had a chance to see the arm much of Bridger Coleman, but he has been a rock behind home plate, not allowing those balls in the turf to get by and not allowing the extra bases. Pitch taken outside, 2-0 on Josh Printer. So ground out and a pair of infield singles, and now Printer has the count his way, 2-0. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 3. But a guy who doesn't walk many, Alex Oliver, has fallen behind here, and he is in danger of joining the walk parade that has been this game. Not close. Ball 4. Bases are full of Sodbusters. They don't have a ball out of the infield in the inning. Cale Jensen tries to remedy that. Huge opportunity with 3 and 4 coming up and a 3-run deficit.
This is going to be power versus power here. Currently, Oliver sitting in the middle to upper 80s on that fastball, about 86, 87 where he's resting at, and we know the big bat of Jensen here.
First pitch to Cale, taken inside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. And hopefully Cale's up there, not trying to do too much. Just hit a line drive somewhere, and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to take a walk. It's been done before in this game. Pitch is fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's been done a lot. About 19 total walks between the two teams today. And 5 hit bats. 6-3, and yet it's only 6-3. 1-1 pitch. Cale watches it go by for ball 2. 2-1 the count on Cale Jensen. Big at bat in this contest. Sodbusters trying to come back again at home here. They did it to the Plainsmen a couple of days ago. 2-1 pitch. Strike 2, dropped right in there. Really good looking pitch there for Alex Oliver, and now Jensen has to battle. Bases full of Sodbusters. Tremendous speed on the bases as well. Called strike 3, and that is a good pitch sequence there for Oliver and a large second out in the course of this game.
Yeah, you've got that 85, 87 fastball you're gearing up for, and then he drops the hook on you twice. That ball likely starts around your shoulders or maybe your eyes. Next thing you know, you're trotting back to the dugout.
Dino Morales tries to salvage the inning. His first pitch swinging and sprays it back to the crowd. It's 1 strike on Morales. We've seen Sodbusters have multiple opportunities where it felt like they could score but have been unable to. 0-1 delivery is taken outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. But we've also seen times this year where Sodbusters have strung together big 2-out hit parades, and maybe this is the time right here for Dino Morales and company. 1-1 delivery outside for ball 2 as Alex Oliver in danger of giving up his first earned run of the season. If the Sodbusters can find a way to get one through the infield. 2-1 delivery. Right off the end of the bat, foul ball, 2-2, and so Oliver 1 strike away from getting out of this with no damage done and disappointing the Sodbuster faithful and team once again. 6-3 Fremont on top. Tying runs are on. Go-ahead run at the plate. Oliver brings the pitch home. Off speed up top the head of Morales, who ducks out of the way, and now full count. Now if Dino can find a gap, he could tie the game. The way the Sodbusters run, they'll be off with the pitch. So you've got Delgado at third, Vega at second, Printer at first. 3, 2, and 2 outs. There they go. Ball 4. Sodbusters are back to within 2, and a really good take for Dino Morales. Didn't try to go one up outside and off his shoulders. And Delgado scores. Vega at third, Printer at second, and ladies and gentlemen, the tying run is at second base for Ryan Jarvis. 6-4, bases full again. High drama here at Duncan Field. Pitch is bounced to the left side. Could be a tough play. Third baseman's got it. Double clutches, throws to second for the out. Good job there. Brandenburg's had his ups and downs, but he undercut the shortstop. Steven Espinoza was running right towards second and had to wait for Connor Peterson to get over and cover, and they do get the fielder's choice out there. Sodbusters do get a run across on 2 hits, but they leave them loaded again. We head to the 9th inning. It is 6-4 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. Hastings Sodbusters get a run on the board. They were hoping for more, and Hastings will also have a new pitcher, so the day is done for Creighton Jacobitz, and a little Purple Heart for him as he battles his way to keep his team in the game. Creighton Jacobitz able to do a nice job in relief of Adam DeBoer. Jacobitz goes 5 2/3 innings, allows 1 run on 3 hits, and now we get a look at Tyler Welch, who's turned into a two-way player. Guy plays from third base, but he's now been coming out of the pen in recent weeks. 1 2/3 innings, no runs, no hits, 3 Ks, and a walk for Welch. A 0.00 ERA. Not the fastest thrower, but has done a good job when he's been called upon, and he'll be trying to put up a 0 here and keep it a 2-run deficit.
All you got to do here is just throw it over the plates, let Fremont swing at it. And if they hit you hard, they hit you hard, but just cannot afford any more free passes because that is going to put the nail in the coffin if that happens.
Sodbusters clawed for a run. They hoped for more. They had first and second, nobody out, in danger of getting nothing. They loaded the bases and able to get Dino Morales a bases-loaded walk to score Alexiel Delgado, but double digits in runners stranded for both teams here today. It could be a much different-looking score had either team come up with clutch hits. First pitch swinging And this was going to be popped up into right field. Kyle Hildebrandt made the call and had to make a sliding catch almost right behind the first baseman, Jack Borgman. So, well, he knew he was going to get there, so he called everybody off. They gave way to him, but that was a pretty tough play for Kyle Hildebrandt to retire Miles Meadows.
That is just a fortunate play that Kyle made that, because he called off early and he was sprinting obviously till the last second there. But no pictures on the scorebook.
Because Borgman, who's his athleticism, I think he gets there, and it looked like Vega was going to be able to make the play as well. And Hildebrandt, he made the play. And here comes Dean Reynolds. The wind blowing in a little bit. It wasn't helping Hildebrandt on that play. So good job for Welch to come in, throw one pitch, and get one out. Now he's battling against Dean Reynolds, who did have a single earlier in this game for his second hit of the year. Sprays this one foul. Welch doing a good job of just throwing strikes when he's coming in his relief appearances. Came in at a big jam the other day and got out of it for the Hastings Sodbusters. Extra arm, always nice to have that in summer ball, particularly when you're on a streak like this. No off days for the Hastings Sodbusters until the 27th of June. They'll play every day, including 2 on Saturday. 3-1 delivery is fouled out of play, 3-2. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the ninth. Sodbusters trying to keep it a 2-run game. They have been in a hole since the beginning of this one. Fremont playing 3 runs on no hits in the first, 1 run on no hits in the second. 3-2 pitch, walks him at a big factor. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Printer, the range, the throw, the shortstop. Is he fun? My goodness, that was certainly a single headed towards center field, but Josh Printer says no.
Ozzie Smith, Derek Jeter, plenty of other great shortstops that come to mind. Printer has looked rock solid, and he does it again. What a play.
2 outs, nobody on for Dylan Brandenburg. Like I say, you've given up 6 runs, only 3 hits, and there have been some really good defensive plays in this game. And you think of Dino Morales over at third. He had a double play one time, almost had a second double play as he stepped on the bag and threw home. He has been rock solid. Walks haven't been pretty, but it's been pretty good baseball when the ball's been put in play. Kind of weird to say that, but Dylan Brandenburg up there now, and he is battling against Welch. The delivery is a little bit low and outside as the Hastings Sodbusters trying to get out of this with no damage done and give the offense a chance in the bottom of the 9th inning. Brandenburg 0 for 2, an RBI on a walk. Bouncing ball right side. Vega slides over it, bounces off his glove into short right field. It's going to be picked up by Hildebrandt. Such a long run for Vega. It's got to be a hit, doesn't it?
Yes.
So single for Dylan Brandenburg. Vega just did a great job of even getting there, and it's the 4th hit of the game for the Fremont MOO as the Sodbusters will have to get back to the top of the order and work against Trey Brooks. But great range for Vega to even get there, but just couldn't glove it cleanly. Pitch taken high for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes on Brooks. Leadoff man for the Fremont MOO. He's 0 for 2. He's struck out twice. One of the 3 players in their lineup who has not walked today. Pitch is fouled away. You know, a lot of times our post-game wrap-up, we talk about multi-hit games. How about multi-walk games? 3 walks, 2 walks, 2 walks. There have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different players have walked more than once. One guy has walked 3 times for the Fremont MOO.
I never want to hear that again.
A multi-walk game. Bouncing ball left side. Josh Printer over in the hole to grab it. Throws to second. Wild throw. They say out. Vega somehow holds the bag. No replay, no review. Let's just head to the bottom of the 9th. 6-4, the MOO on top of the Sodbusters. Do we see a rally coming? We'll find out next. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
The Hastings Sodbusters trying to rally in the bottom of the ninth. And yesterday they were really pumped up. Today they are not pumped up. But we'll find out if their stoicism comes back to pay off here, as they're going to be concentrating on finding a way to get the first 2 runs of the season against Alex Oliver, who has a 0.00 ERA in his previous 5 appearances. Sodbusters had him on the ropes last inning, and they did get that first earned run, that last inning. Now they need 2 more. So they got the run on 2 hits last inning, so they did take that 0.00 ERA away. Now they need a couple of more to tie, or how about 3 to win it? Jack Borgman tries to get things started for the Hastings Sodbusters. 1 for 4 on the day for Jack, and he takes strike 1, no balls and a strike on Borgman, with Bond and Hiltbrandt also scheduled to bat unless we see any kind of pinch hitter. And summer ball, at least to this point, pitch swung on and missed. We have not seen the head coach, Joel Skipper, hardly as a pinch hitter at all. He's just allowed the guys to stay in their normal role, thinking, okay, this is going to be your game. Another guy's going to play tomorrow. Bouncing ball left side, and this one is at the third baseman. Setting, throwing, that's Brandenburg. And 1 out here in the ninth. That'll bring up Fred Bond. Bond does have an RBI and a run scored despite being 0 for 4 in the game. Fred Bond, a returning player from 2 years ago, didn't play with the Sodbusters last year, still weighing his options for his next college stop after finishing up at Scottsdale Community College and blowing it right by him. Alex Oliver, no balls and a strike on Fred Bond. Bond, an original commit to KU coming out of high school, but coaching changed. That changed the plans for Fred Bond, and he ended up going a JUCO route. 1 ball and a strike on, no balls and 2 strikes on Fred Bond. Oliver resets himself. Alex Oliver out of Grove, Oklahoma, and puts that one low into the dirt. Good check of the swing there for Fred Bond, 1 and 2. Oliver, a CSU Pueblo Thunderwolf, had a decent season in the RMAC, 29 and 23. Bond steps out, takes a practice swing. He's back in there now. And a gorgeous evening for baseball. We haven't had too many bad ones. Line drive up the middle. Second baseman slides and makes the catch. Good job there for Connor Peterson to rob Bond of a hit. And 2 up, 2 down for Hastings here in the ninth. Kyle Hiltbrand, last chance for the Hastings Sodbusters. 0 for 3 in his hitting debut. He saw a little bit of field time in right field last night and has been rock solid out in right today. As the pitch bounces in for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on Kyle Hiltbrand, batting in the 8th spot, trying to save an at-bat for Alexiel Delgado. Pitch bounced back up the middle, and the Sodbusters are not done yet. Kyle Hiltbrand with his first hit. 8 hits for the Sodbusters, 4 for the MOO, but the MOO are on top 6-4 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth.
Watch out for the toes there, Oliver. That one almost took off a foot to a laser beam off the bat of Kyle Hiltbrand. And let's get another hit for Alexiel Delgado. Got one last inning. Keep the streak going.
They've got decent at-bats against one of the better pitchers for this Fremont MOO squad, is getting 2 hits last inning, 1 hit this inning. 1 run against him so far. The first run scored against Oliver this season. Pitch is low into the dirt. Another great stop. He has been a wall back there. That is Bridger Coleman. Alexiel Delgado with the infield single and a run scored. The fourth of the ball game for the Sodbusters. The tying run is at the plate. Wind blowing in from center field. It would take Superman to get it out of here today if you're thinking game-tying home run. Probably a couple of doubles away from getting his baby knotted up. 3-0 the count now on Alexiel Delgado. And he just wants to get on there and turn the order over for Drew Vega. Take sign, maybe 2 here against Oliver in this situation. First pitch is a strike. It's a 3-1 the count on Delgado. Drew Vega had an infield single his last time up. Sodbusters had the bases loaded, able to score only 1. That's been a common theme today for this Hastings team. Double digits in left on base for both teams today. 6-4 in a game that very easily could be 12-10. 3-2 with 2 outs, so it'll be Hiltbrandt off with a pitch. Called strike 3 at the letters to Delgado, and that's the way it comes to an end for the Hastings Sodbusters. The 6-game winning streak is over for Hastings. The 6-game losing streak is over for Fremont. The same 2 teams will play tomorrow, and the Sodbusters' hopes of a comeback and a first-half championship in this Independence League take a major blow with the home field loss to their rivals to the east. 6-4 the final. We'll talk about it right after this. It's Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Well, the 6-game winning streak comes to a close for the Hastings Sodbusters. They see it end with a Fremont 6-4 victory, an unusual contest, as we'll get all the numbers here very shortly, but Joel Skipper has already made his way to the press box. The initial thoughts after this setback against the MOO.
Yeah, kind of tough day on the pitching mound for us, especially early. Thought Creighton came in, did a great job for us, just to give us a chance to win. Offensively, thought we had our opportunities, just probably got a little bit too big, trying to do too much. So tough one there when you think you kind of outplayed them a little bit on the scoreboard. But that's how baseball goes, so I got to flip the page and come back ready to go tomorrow.
And like you said, you could point at several different things of what went wrong in the game, but 13 men left on base. You guys have been very good situationally hitting, but just something was up tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we, like I said, kind of trying to do a little bit too much, got ourselves down, 0-1, 0-2, kind of swinging at some bad pitches early in counts. So just got to tighten up the approach tomorrow, make sure we're kind of getting those hitters counts, and then obviously when we get into those, just simplify the game. Base hits do just the same as gap shots.
And you try to give Adam every opportunity to work his way through difficulty as Adam DeBoer makes his summer debut, and had some good defense behind him, but actually minimized there in the first couple of innings, but just could not find the zone. Was it mechanics? What did you see, or was it just kind of one of those first game things?
Yeah, maybe some first game jitters, maybe a little bit of mechanics. So yeah, with our big week, we kind of had to ride him out a little bit. Obviously, Creighton coming in and giving us a chance and giving us 5 or 6 strong innings there was huge. Just kind of save our staff these last 4 games of the week. So yeah, I think Adam, will flip the page, go to work and practice, and come back strong in his next appearance.
Let's talk some positives. That infield of yours, my goodness, time and time again, Dino Morales, Josh Printer, Drew Vega, all making excellent plays. Vega diving, Printer throwing on the run, Morales had an absolute gun. I think that was the one bright spot today. I talk about the middle infield and just what they've been able to accomplish.
Yeah, those guys are outstanding. All 4 of them just, kind of have their own special gifts on the field and work just greatly together. So like we kind of told the pitchers after the game, the walks are really the only thing that kills you here, especially when we're at Duncan Field with the dimensions and having a great defense behind you that makes those routine plays. And obviously tonight made some great ones as well. So, yeah, we got to, flip the page tomorrow, come in, filling up the zone and throwing strikes.
You go to the ballpark, you see something new every day. Have you ever seen a field umpire take out a second baseman like that? Talk about wrong play. And I felt bad for the field umpire, but is Vega okay? That was a tremendous collision.
Yeah, nobody was really looking at each other and just kind of happened to bump right into the umpire. Vega's a tough kid. Just kind of caught him by surprise, obviously, as he was looking at the ball trying to make the play. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever really seen that before. Seen a ball hit an umpire, but never a player get kind of thrown on his back there. So, yeah, kind of a crazy play today.
Big game coming up tomorrow against Fremont. You'd love to find a way to get a series split. Have you got a potential starter tomorrow?
Yeah, Dalton Juden's going to be on the bump for us tomorrow. I think we had a lot of success earlier in the week, just kind of setting up our staff. I'm sure we'll see Cork at some point tomorrow, late in the game. So I think we're pretty set for the pitching side of things.
All right, Joel Skipper, appreciate his cooperation today. Always comes up win or lose, and most of the time it's been wins this year, so we appreciate Joel taking his time as the Sodbusters fall today by a score of 6-4. So let's give a final line score here as the Hastings Sodbusters end up with 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Fremont, 6 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. The story of this game, free passes, and I hate to even bring it up, but by golly, we're going to, because that's kind of the story of the contest. Hastings Sodbuster pitchers walk 13 in the game, and they also hit 3. Sodbusters, in their own accord, were the recipient of 7 walks, and they also had a couple of hit batsmen. So it wasn't the most artistic of games, but that's the way baseball is someday. 1 multi-hit game for the Sodbusters. That's Ryan Jarvis, who goes 2 for 4 with a run scored. As far as the other offense, a hit for Drew Vega, an RBI. Josh Printer had a hit in 4 at-bats. As Dino Morales went 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. He walked 3 times for the Hastings Sodbusters. A run batted in and a run scored for Fred Bond. Borgman had 1 hit on the day. Kyle Hiltbrand with a hit for the Hastings Sodbusters. And just going to feature a couple of the pitchers as Creighton Jacob hits 5 2/3 innings of a 3-hit ball, allowing only 1 run. Did walk 5, but he struck out 5. And then Tyler Welch, guy comes in the 9th inning, puts up another 0. Has been Mr. Reliable, helping things out. For Fremont, the Sodbusters had a chance against one of their better pitchers. They knocked Kyle Van Hill out of the game after 4 1/3. Phillips picks up the win in relief, going 2 2/3. And then Oliver did allow his first earned run of the year, but he picked up a save going 2 innings and set him down 1-2-3 in the 9th. So in the end, the Fremont MOO win it by a score of 6-4, Ryan Valenta.
Like Joel Skipper just said, just the walk's the only thing that killed the Sodbusters today. Just pretty much every other game, able to throw it over the plate. Outfield's deep here, like you said. Play the dimensions at Duncan Field. But, due for one of these games just at one point or time and the other. It's just going to happen in summer balls. Just fix the walks, get the command better tomorrow. Obviously a great learning experience. The guys know what they have to do tomorrow, and prime opportunity to come back and get that series split and hopefully maybe keep that first half of postseason title alive.
Yep, see how it goes. And one way or the other, great chance to come out and watch the Hastings Sodbusters in action tomorrow. You've got 3 more games of the Nebraska Prospects this weekend, including a doubleheader. So be sure to come come on out if you're in the Hastings area and watch some fun baseball. A good show put on as well with a lot of contests and stuff like that. So that'll do it for Ryan Valenta. Appreciate his extra work. He's been the producer the last couple of days as well. And the Hastings Sodbusters fall short today. I'm Steve Stein. Final score, Fremont 6, Hastings 4. We'll see you tomorrow for more Sodbuster Baseball.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings